drinking coffee. I remember this because it was the pandemic, and I would order the most absurd drink order. Hey, can I get the cappuccino with the almond milk and 3 pumps of this and that? And I didn't even know what I was drinking, but it tasted good. And then I went from a 180 to just straight black coffee, right? And then as I started getting more tired after I had a child, as life started happening, somebody's like, why don't you put espresso in your coffee? I didn't know that you could mix espresso with coffee because I'm just a dummy.
Oh, I didn't know that till now.
It's been life-changing. And so now I'm being the guy that's like, Strofe, I told you to do the double espresso with coffee, right?
So you're a fake coffee guy.
No,
wow.
You're 32 years old.
Oh.
And you didn't know you could put an extra shot of espresso in your coffee.
Yeah, like I said, I'm late to the party. I didn't drink in high school because I didn't want to,
But you're claiming you created the idea in my head of espresso.
Yeah,
which
I
I've been
do
drinking
that
for years.
I do that. I convinced myself in my own head that I've put other things to people that likely were doing it beforehand. There's other examples that I've been late to. I won't get to all of them.
I could. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But
How do you know what I'm talking about?
Because you were late. You waited a second too long. But here's my thing is, what do you mean you started drinking coffee during the pandemic? What is it during the pandemic that all of a sudden you need to be up early or had these long work days when everybody was working from home? Why did you start drinking coffee?
Do you genuinely not know the answer to this question?
What were you doing?
I had an obsession with video games during the pandemic.
Time out. So you had to drink coffee to stay up for your actual life and work?
No. Yes. So I would, after the show that I was on across ESPN Wisconsin was 4 to 6, Scalzo and Brust.
Uh-huh.
As soon as 6 o'clock ended, I would play Call of Duty from 6 p.m. until 2 a.m., and then I would set my alarm for 6 a.m., drink coffee, and play until I had to start work.
Whoa, wait a minute. What are you, 10? You're waking up to play video games before you go to school?
What are you, 10?
What do you mean?
Bro, on Call of Duty's website, you could see for your gamer tag, which was my identifying, my online profile.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I'm just trying to give a little context.
No.
Greg Scalzo used to calculate the amount of months over a year and a half. I played over 2 months of my life.
That's insane.
Of Call of Duty to get through the pandemic.
You played that much amount of video games.
I had no girl. I didn't have my dog at the time. It was just me, myself, and video games.
But you just woke up to play video games early.
Bro,
who's playing video games at 6
all
o'clock
my
in the morning?
All my guys. We'd play online. We'd put the headsets on. We were losers.
You were an absolute loser. Boy.
I was.
You have grown so much in the last 4 years.
A lot has happened. And this was when I was living in Madison.
Is proposed before I am and has a baby before me. What in the world? What
says
am I
a lot
doing?
more about you.
I know. What am I doing wrong that he matured and got to the point where he can have a child?
You have commitment.
Wait a minute.
Do you have commitment issues?
We ain't go in.
No.
Relationship show. This is a sports show. We ain't talking about my issues.
We are hosts, and and KBN Nation cares about you, me, Brad, and Strofe. And if you need to work through your commitment issues, we have therapists in KBN Nation to help you get to where you need to be to have that kid and engagement that you claim that you want that I beat you to.
I'm committed to this world, baby. That's about it.
You're not committed to your baby?
I'm committed to my baby.
Well, then if you're committed, why don't you put a ring on it?
Oh,
Agreed.
Why would we do this? Why don't we sit here and spend time
are the
for
last
KBN?
member.
I do want to know.
I'm the last member. Are you a member?
My name's not on the show.
But I was going to say,
Nortman.
with no Nortman today, who is first to get engaged, Alex Strofe or Kyle Wallace?
Oh, wow. Wow, you're going to upset my lady, huh?
I don't know. Am I?
Kyle,
what am I going to do?
Kyle, how long have you been with your lady?
Some time, a couple years.
Yeah, it better be you first then.
What do you mean better be me?
He's saying it better be you first.
You might be a quick trigger. I mean, you said I love you after 16 minutes, so I mean, you might be a little faster.
First off, it was 11 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
It was quicker than that.
So I mean, you may just be a little bit quicker at pulling that trigger than I am, right? You may be thinking you're in love and boop, just pop the question. Why wait?
I see Strofe doing it randomly at a concert when he's wasted.
Baby, I love you.
Yeah, I love you. Let's just
make
do it.
Whatever.
I think we should just get married.
Take this ring pop.
Am I off base? Is there a percent possibility?
Hold on. I don't even think you know the joke you just made, so I'm going to spell it out for you. What? The first time I said I love you
Was at a concert.
was at a concert.
Yeah.
And you were drunk. That's wild.
I wasn't drunk.
Yeah, well, you were at a concert and you were all in your
I was
feels.
sober.
Was it
Look at that.
Believe it or not, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, I'm confused, but I'm not going to dive deeper into that. 800-990-3776. Happy to be with all of KBN Nation today. Although I will miss Brad Nortman sitting awkwardly through our conversations that we're just having
How do
now.
you think he'd be doing right now? He'd just be like smiling.
He would just be smiling, sit back, relax, and enjoy these idiots go through their lives on the radio.
He'll just say, Lexi, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, Lexi. My wife, Lexi.
I
My
mean,
wife, Lexi.
my wife Lexi, who we've made a vow in our wedding, and we won't be able to live without each other because we can't do anything without each other.
We really breezed over something last week because we were more focused on the fact you got engaged. But he refers to the word divorce as the D word.
D word,
Not damn.
not
Divorce.
not Richard. Divorce.
That's a smart. Hey, that is a well-trained man right there. That's why I aspire to be him. He won't even say the word. They
Aspire
don't
to be him.
speak.
We have a drop that is this
Be more like Brad.
because that is my fiance's voice telling me to be more like Brad.
Be more like Brad.
And we're eating healthy now. Like I'm still sending text messages of pictures of snacks that we eat, and Brad's giving us a rating if it's good or bad. I'm telling y'all in KBN Nation, if you need a role model, and I don't want to lose Brad to the show, but him and Lexi should start a counseling relationship, something for
Honestly,
people.
there's a lot of these movies like Twin Flames on Netflix about these cult leaders. And not saying that Lexi and Brad be cult leaders, but I'm saying this. If they just so happen to start something and it became cult-like, I guarantee you they will have a lot of followers. Look at us! Look at us! Like, legitimately.
Us three. He's been with us for what? 7 months?
I've met Lexi maybe once or twice, and if he tells her something or she tells him something, I believe it. I already believe it. I am a believer in them.
We go to the Brewer suite, to the suite that I did not invite Kyle Wallace to. I come home, and all my fiance can do is talk about Lexi.
Wonderful.
Wonderful person. How do I get my arms to look like that? Does she eat good? Does she work out? Can you text Brad for this information? It's nuts. I'm telling you. If you don't know Brad Nortman and you want to be a better person, I mean, I don't want to give out his phone number on the air, but I'm just saying they should start something to get you all better in your life. 800-990-3776. Yes,
I just want to
Kyle?
put it out there. Brad would never lead a cult, though. I just want to put that out there.
He's too good of a person.
He's fantastic. I know he would say, no.
No, it's just a very exclusive club. It's not a cult.
Yeah, but that's when it becomes a cult.
Very exclusive.
But when
it
starts out very, very, wonderful, this, that, and then you start, getting people to believe what you're preaching,
And then you start paying
then you start
monthly fees
forgetting
and
where you
stuff.
came from.
Yeah.
And then the police are knocking on your damn door.
I like what Joseph S. chimes in on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel. He says, Lexi and Brad mentoring podcast.
Ooh.
Little spin-off,
Little
KBN?
after dark KBN where we just ask Brad about life.
NNN.
NNN.
Oh, because Nortman
Norman Nortman. Sounds like a law firm or a finance place, and he just left
You know what I've
finance.
noticed about you? Anytime you say multiple last names in a row, you always say,
Law firm.
sounds like a law firm.
The other one yesterday was really good, though. I forget which one it was. There was 3 names that sounded perfect.
Oh, it was. I forgot what it was, too.
WisconsinOnDemand.com, if you missed it, because it was so memorable that we're telling you to go listen to it.
Oh, I love that.
YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Earlier today, Goody spoke to the media, and I thought it was very intriguing to hear Goody's perspective versus Jordan Love's perspective. So I'll read what Goody had to say. Both the Packers, both parties want the same thing, like to get this done before training camp for sure. That for sure part is the interesting part of that quote. I was a little bit skeptical about how Jordan Love handled his initial media when he was talking to reporters for the first time after OTA. Strophy, are we good? Just give me a thumbs up. That's okay. I can talk about Goody at first. This goes beyond just Goody talking about Jordan Love. To me, it's how the Packers do business, right? How the Packers front office, how they do business. From Rodgers to Devontae Adams to Aaron Jones to Jordy Nelson to the Balagas to the Langs to the third contract situation. Do you like how the Packers handle their business? Because it's interesting the way he put that quote out there. Because when I was critical of Jordan Love, I probably shouldn't be from this quote.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something that I've always done. Trying to be here, get the reps in, get to working with the guys, and just start building that chemistry and getting ready for the season.
Do you have an idea of when you would like that done? Has your agent said you're not stepping on the field for a preseason game until you have a deal done or something like that?
No, so I don't really know what's going on, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm not going to get into too much contract stuff.
Would you be comfortable playing under the current deal, or is that something that you don't want to do at this point?
We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll see.
After seeing what Goody had to say today, Jordan Love handled that first question perfectly. Goody speaking to the media, both parties want the same thing. Get this done before training camp for sure, end quote.
I'm telling you, the guy was well coached, well trained. He knows exactly what he has at stake, right? He knows exactly what he's trying to do.
So I want to dive deeper into Goody and Jordan Love and the impending deal to get this done before training camp with you, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. But this week is the American Family Championship. I was going to say Pro-Am because I'm playing in a Thursday. It's going to look like rain.
How'd you get that invite?
Cool.
Every year, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road, man. You know Scotty Scheffler, courtesy car? Zimbrick European takes care of the great, wonderful, prestige golfers that have had wonderful careers, supplying nice courtesy cars to all those great golfers.
Well, they're also going to be not them.
Well, I'm saying Scotty Scheffler had a courtesy car and he got arrested. And now I know that the Madison police presence is going to know that the Zimbrick European cars mean let them through. Let them through. Let them through. Kyle, tell us about the AmFam Championship.
I'm going to talk a little about that, letting them through the AmFam Championship, as you should be walking through and letting yourself through the doors as you watch the PGA Tour champions like tournament host and defending champion Steve Stricker at the AmFam Championship, American Family Insurance Championship, when it returns to University Golf Ridge this Friday. Yes, this Friday it returns June 7th through Sunday, June 9th. And what I love about it, it's going to be a jam-packed holiday weekend. There will be a concert by three-time Grammy Award-winning Train on Friday, June 7th at Breeze Stevens Field, and all the proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Foundation, Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today to the AmFam Championship by going to amfamchampionship.com. That is amfamchampionship.com. The time is almost here. Get your tickets now at amfamchampionship.com.
We'll be broadcasting live on Friday. Strofe will be there. Which day for a broadcast? Sunday?
Friday, Saturday.
Ooh!
I'm with you guys on Friday. Kyle's birthday.
Yeah, big day. Why are you mad?
Why'd you look at me like that?
Why you look like...
I didn't say anything.
We're celebrating your old ass.
Okay, thank you.
Why'd you look at me?
Nothing.
Were you surprised I remembered?
Yeah.
The pendulum of leverage, is it swinging? We'll dive into that next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
It's also my half birthday on Friday.
Cool.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Tired of looking at dusty, dirty, and cracked garage floors? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you how you can get a fresh new look with Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor. It's also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. Contact Showtime Floors today and mention ESPN for 10% off. ShowtimeFloors.com.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
I'm Monica Kessler.
Monica makes sure that everything at Kessler's is worthy of a lifetime warranty.
The quality of your ring is incredibly important when it comes to diamond setting, ring sizing, and repairs.
Monica has been part of Kessler's since she was 6 years old.
Let me tell you how to judge the quality of the jewelry you're buying.
It's easier than you think.
All you have to do is read the warranty.
Most stores offer a 5-year warranty, but Kessler's offers a lifetime warranty, the strongest in the world.
We can do it because we put more gold in your jewelry.
When a jeweler wants to make a bigger profit, they put less gold into the jewelry. This makes it thinner and easier to break.
Theirs might look like ours at first glance, but Kessler's jewelry is made not to break, and that takes more gold.
We give you a lifetime warranty because our jewelry is made to last forever, just like your love.
Gold is more than $2,000 an ounce.
Kessler's gives you more gold, a lot more gold.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
From big tailgate parties to cozy dinners for two, the freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 46 to 48 ounce selected varieties Blue Bunny ice cream, $3.99. 14.1 to 33.5 ounce selected varieties Culinary Circle Pizza, $4.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny Delight, 2 for $3. 4 to 6 count selected varieties Northern Bath or Brawny Towels, $7.49.
Why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take them out at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 24th.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We hope Kyle Wallace is not listening to this song in 2 years alone in his basement that's flooding still. Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, yesterday,
I'll be honest.
I was thinking about it as a new homeowner. I was like, I got to go to the basement.
I'm going to be honest. Yesterday, I had a little water down there because it was because we got to do some work outside. It was so much rain. I said, please just stop raining. Like, I didn't have a lot of water in my basement, but I said, because I had to, I used my mom's car yesterday because I got my car fixed. I told y'all, shout out to my guy.
Yeah, you got your guy.
I got my guy. Can't say his names because, you never know who's listening. But
you don't want them stealing his services?
Exactly. And so I picked up my mom's car yesterday. We had to drive to go pick up my car, and there was just water everywhere, flooding everywhere. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, just please stop raining. And I got home and I'm like, okay, just a little bit of water, but that's okay. A little bit is okay. So we good. We definitely good. Was your basement okay?
Oh, good. I was nervous because I was at basketball and I could barely see on my way home.
But no, yesterday I'll guarantee you people's basements are in bad shape after yesterday.
Well, shout out to you if you're grinding through that right now. Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace. No Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. And as we were discussing who gets engaged first, Kyle Wallace or Alex Strofe, Strofe's girlfriend with a nice little personal text message saying, hey, you want to go to the courthouse? And Kyle immediately...
Hey! What'd I do?
You're not on air.
What'd I do?
You said...
I said what? I said... Boy,
you said, I want you to do whatever best for you.
I said my heart sank. I said it. I said my heart sank, and my heart sank for this.
Because you were nervous, because you can't handle commitment.
No, it's not. That has nothing to do with that. I'm just saying, if I was in a situation like he was, it's a new, fresh love. You know what I'm saying? Puppy love.
You know, bro.
When you know my behind. If I was talking to a woman for
you know my behind
less than a year and she texts me courthouse, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'd be nervous.
I'll put the odds that he goes to the courthouse at 10-1.
He's thinking about it.
That's why it's 10-1. 10-1's not crazy. It's not like 20-1. Oh wow!
Don't go to Vegas though.
40-1.
Probably lower than 40.
Let's go 25-1. Like the odds for the Packers are 20-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Just to understand, that is a 1 in 25 chance, so 4% chance it happens.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
The high voice right there. Yeah.
You gotta do more sucking.
How about if the Packers win the Super Bowl, you go to the courthouse? If you're still together and the Packers win the Super Bowl, you'll go to the courthouse.
I'll go to the courthouse. I'll get a face tattoo, and I'll jump in Lake Michigan.
Mark it.
Oh, you see, you shouldn't have said Lake Michigan. We've
done that.
We've been
get your own thing.
Last year, though. I'm still a little mad about that.
About what?
Oh yeah, you were supposed to come. You said you were going to come do it, but
you actually went under the water, unlike Kyle Wallace, who did a high step.
Nobody invited me.
What do you mean? We told you what day it was happening, didn't we?
No.
Oh, maybe that was the suits upstairs who wouldn't let us do it. I don't know.
I think it lives forever. What comes first, the Packers win the Super Bowl or Strofe gets engaged? Now, based off the track record, it's been 14 years for the Green Bay Packers. Where's your money?
Oh.
My money's on my Packers.
Where's your money?
My money's on my Packers. Strophe ain't ready yet.
I think my money's on the Packers.
Yeah.
As well,
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's going to happen in the next 2 years.
Yeah,
next 2 years.
But the Packers aren't winning a Super Bowl before tomorrow.
Hey. Goody spoke to the media today, quote, "Both parties want the same thing. Get this done before training camp for sure." End quote. That is powerful. You know why it's powerful? Because this is what the Packers do. Mark Murphy, Goody, and I'm ready for it. Bring it if you want. Say, oh, media guy sees something, hears something, immediately takes it to the next level. But this is based off of history. This is based off the contract negotiations of Aaron Rodgers, based how they handled the Devontae Adams situation, based off of Aaron Jones, based off of when Jordy Nelson would have came for a below average price to come back to the Green Bay Packers. Goody didn't even offer anything. So just overall, are you confident that Goody's going to be able to get this done? And then also, why is he giving Jordan Love leverage? Because if I'm hearing this, I'm throwing out a big number. And you said you want to get it done towards training camp. Why are you saying this?
Oh, listen, calm down. Let me just tell you something. Goody ain't Mark Murphy. Mark Murphy might have a slip of the tongue and might speak the truth without actually knowing what he's doing, in the sense of saying too much about the trading of Aaron Rodgers or other things that have happened that Mark Murphy has said a little bit too much publicly. Goody ain't that, right? When Goody speaks and he says something, it's all calculated. When he spoke out about Aaron Rodgers, he understood that they were moving on from Aaron Rodgers. It was more calculated. Now, when he's speaking out about Jordan Love, he would not be speaking out about Jordan Love right now unless he already knew he had a plan in place and knowing that the deal was going to be done. Mark Murphy might have a slip of the tongue, but not my boy Goody. Goody does not drop tidbits. Goody knows that they're going to get this done by training camp.
How am I supposed to focus on listening to Kyle Wallace, which is a major portion of my job here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, to further conversation when somebody pops in my ear that's running the show named Alex Strofe and goes, "I'm going to get married before you"?
I never said that.
Baloney.
Kyle, do you think I would say that?
100%.
I lost
a week after his engagement. Why would I ever say that?
100%.
Are you mocking my engagement?
Oh, wait a minute.
That's a strong accusation.
That is a strong. That's the way he took it. He
Be
took
more like Brad.
Oh, well, he's at your head right now. This man got down on one knee all of 10 days ago, and now you at his head? My goodness. He doesn't think it's legitimate. He doesn't think you're real. He thinks it's all for show, for play, entertainment.
What are you doing right now?
That's what he's
You are the ultimate instigator.
No,
Kyle,
but no.
You have the commitment issues. I'm engaged.
Kyle.
He's ready to go to the courthouse.
We ready to tell the audience that Ben's not actually engaged?
Oh, wow. Oh, he's engaged.
I ain't Manti Te'o. I ain't Manti Te'o.
She ain't fake.
She's not fake.
She's not made up. No, she's real. I've seen her before. She's real.
She's
definitely real. I've seen the
her
baby
before.
and everything.
I've seen the baby and everything.
She's real.
Damn, were you in the delivery room?
No, but I've seen what came from the love.
Jacob in the 262. It's all in Russ Ball's court now. He's the contract master. That's a good. You know what? Old T Mark Tauscher, who's joining us at 3:15. If there's anybody who loves giving Russ Ball, the cap guy of the Green Bay Packers, his flowers, it's Old T. Because when it all is said and done, as we talk about the cap, a lot of people say, oh, it's fake. The cap is fake. You know, it always ends up working itself out. we have Brad Nortman, our own capologist, who's not with us today, talk about how, it's a guideline to live. It's a budget to live off of. There's some things you can do. You can move money around, but there is something you have to meet each and every year. And based off the fact that yesterday, Kyle's Cheers 2 was to Devondre Campbell.
It sure was.
Because he has $10 million for the Green Bay Packers to put towards locking down Jordan Love. And so when I hear Goody say that they want to get this done before training camp for sure, I don't like the for sure part.
He knows what it is, man. He's not going to say for sure. Just like we just listened to when Jordan Love at, I think it was OTAs a couple weeks ago, where he said, hey, listen, I don't know what I'm going to do or not, but, they're taking care of it. Jordan Love understands what his number is. The Packers understand what their number is. And Goody is confident enough for him to be able to say publicly that training camp is that deadline, is that date that he expects to get something done. They're not losing.
I don't
any
like
leverage
setting it right before training camp, though.
Because
if it does get past training camp, you're putting yourself in a bad spot.
Yeah, I think if it goes past training camp, that will be a shock to the entire organization and something goes wrong. I can tell you this now. If this goes past training camp, we should all be worried and concerned because it is not going to on schedule like they assumed it was going to be going.
Then why make it public?
Now. Because now you answered a question and you felt confident enough to divulge this information. We should be happy. We should be excited to know that we now have some signals out there that lets us know that Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers are going to have an extended relationship, and it's going to happen before training camp, which is in late July. But we should be ecstatic. We're talking about marriage. We're getting married to Jordan Love. Happily ever after.
Happily ever after.
That's what's gonna happen.
Till death do us part.
Well, till he turns old and goes crazy, like
old and curmudgeon-y and conspiracy.
It's gonna come. I mean, he has tickets.
No, don't you say that. Kyle, you don't actually believe that.
No, listen.
Jordan Love, his character has been flawless.
Who said anything bad about Aaron Rodgers when he took over for Brett Favre?
Is it us? Is it Wisconsin? Is the Green Bay Packer fans? Then why would you put this in the world?
I'm putting it in the world because I am somebody that uses past experiences for me to learn. Because what's going to happen, it is a cycle for the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is going to get to the point of his career where the Green Bay Packers are going to be going young. They're going to get rid of some guys that he really likes, and he's going to realize that this relationship isn't meant to be forever. It happened with Brett Favre. It happened with Aaron Rodgers. And I'd be a fool to think that all of a sudden the organization that has been doing the exact same thing for the last 30 years because they believe their model is successful, all of a sudden that they're not going to get rid of their quarterback when he turns 37, 38 years old. That is just exactly what the Green Bay Packers do. It is the Packers way.
Strophy, your thoughts on Goody giving the statement that he did today?
I just feel like he's smarter than Mark Murphy, right, who totally botched the Aaron Rodgers saga toward the end, leaking his true thoughts on it on the WIAA Girls Basketball State Championship Network.
Where were you? You should have been there for that.
I was hosting with Ben, I believe, that day.
You were?
Yeah.
We were together.
Yeah.
Here we are now.
Here we are now, back together again. Look at us. However, I don't know how to feel about it because it certainly seems like more leverage goes toward the way of Jordan Love.
That's all I'm trying to bring up here.
And I'm fine with that, right? Like I'm with Goody in terms of he went on to say something along the lines of it's a position that you need to lock up, right? It's and
it makes the team and he also talked about how if you lock that up, it makes your team have a better outlook and you can plan with what is going to be your guy moving forward.
So if he feels that way, it's very clear to me that he understands the price that he has to pay.
Absolutely.
Which will likely be in the mid to high 50 per year.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Two Packer backers coming together.
But no, it's not even that. He sounds I don't know why he sounds pessimistic. Listen, it is
don't
okay.
love talking about something before it's a done deal.
No, but it is okay. Here's the thing. This happens in the NFL where people actually have friction, right? Lamar Jackson, they were looking to trade Lamar Jackson, and look what happened literally months after they were looking to trade him.
Do you think there's more friction than we think there is?
There's no friction whatsoever. I'm telling you, everything everything that we have seen from Jordan Love this offseason, everything that Goody has said, you know when there's friction, you know when there's tension. We have not gotten to that point. We were talking about contract number 1, basically, or number whatever they did last year. But this is going to be his first extension. Everything is rosy. Everything is rainbows. Everything is positive right now between the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. I can promise you this. He is going to get an extension with the Green Bay Packers, and the Packers have their franchise guy for many years to come. That's what's going to happen. This is why we should be celebrating this news coming out today.
800-990-3776. Get your thoughts out on Goody. Kind of giving tipping his hand a little bit, but also giving confidence to Kyle and Strofe that he knows what's going on and that if he's for sure going to sign him, well, he's put it on himself now. Get it done by training camp. But what you need to get done is go to the Kroger stores, Pick and Save, Metro Market, Mariano's, because they have pizza bowls. No crust, just toppings. It's keto friendly. If you want a snack, if you want a dinner, the pizza bowls are perfect for you. Screaming Sicilian. You know the brand. I've been talking about it for so long. Toppings galore. Holy pepperoni, mother of meat, Supremus Maximus, Mambo Italiano.
Mambo.
Try the Malti meat, Italian-style meatball, pepperoni, supreme. They have all these pizza bowls at the Kroger stores. That is Pick and Save, Metro Market, Mariano's. Grab a pizza bowl and enjoy one at your home at your own delight. Find your screaming pleasure and taste what all that screaming is about. Whatever you feel about the contract negotiations, Jordan Love is on the field right now, and not right now, they were earlier today, and other Packers were. If you're not excited about OTAs, mandatory minicamps, training camp, you're going to be excited about all the offseason from Alex Strofe coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
What's going on? Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You gotta be better.
But I'm giving it my all. I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I'm Ben Jewick with Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors. The crew is winning ball games here in Milwaukee and around the country. Our team stands ready to help your organization win across North America. Powered by Coakley Connect, our revolutionary facilities management platform. The Coakley crew supports clients across the country manage their real estate portfolio, offering facility-focused products and services, interior design, construction, new furniture, installation, and move management. We'll help you create and manage interior environments that drive your teams forward. Visit CoakleyBrothers.com and hit a home run.
Check, 1, 2.
These sounds can only mean one thing. It's Summerfest!
Milwaukee, are you ready?
600 artists, 12 stages, one epic lakefront. Don't miss 3 unforgettable weekends of music, June 20th through July 6th. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
Hugs from patients, like Patrick from here in Milwaukee. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
You know the players, you know the stats, and you know basketball. It's playoff time, so put your knowledge where the money is and win up to 100 times your cash with Prize Picks. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and submit your lineup. Turn $10 into $1,000 with just 4 correct picks. You can choose from traditional stats like points or assists, or more unique ones like getting a dunk or 3-pointers. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Join the Prize Picks community of over 5 million users who have already signed up. And right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit of up to $100. Just download the Prize Picks app and use code WI. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
See what everyone is talking about at the club at Lac La Belle. The birthplace of golf in Wisconsin has a rich history you will feel upon arrival. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Experience a round at the club at Lac La Belle. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. Looking for more golf? Take advantage of same-day replay rates and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Do you have faith the Packers, Goot, Russ Ball, and company will get it done with Jordan Love before training camp? I think it's interesting to go through the thoughts. Like, again, it's a pendulum swing. We heard from Jordan Love when he got to training camp or OTAs, spoke with the media. Goody had some quotes today with the media. And Jordan Love somehow will be next, right? It's the natural progression of how you get towards finalizing a contract. And look, everyone wants the same thing. Jordan Love wants to be a Packer. The Packers want Jordan Love to be a Packer. But money, 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 money. Talks.
Yeah, they got the money that's going to be talking. The Packers have the money, and the Packers have what they have to their advantage is name the other player the Packers need to sign to an extension this offseason.
That's a great question, actually. I have to dive a little bit deeper.
But no, there's
nobody pressing, but we will see who steps up this year, and then we'll find those in the middle of the season. They might extend somebody.
The only other name is Kenny Clark.
And Kenny Clark ain't
won't
coming
get
back.
it. No,
that's what I'm thinking.
Kenny Clark ain't coming back, so that's going to free up money as well in the future. You already have his replacements, and you're talking about the two receivers potentially in Dobbs and Watson that are next up next year.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, no Nortman, Ben Brust, Kyle Wallach, Alex Strofe running the show here. And I think it was last week where I saw Josh Jacobs in the number 8 jersey, and I had PTSD of Amari Rodgers, and I realized, wow, this guy's much stronger, taller, faster, smarter, was a captain and a first-team All-Pro. So that Amari Rodgers thing went out of my head. But I got excited seeing him on the field. And then there's been more clips throughout the day from OTAs of guys making plays. So I want to have an exercise here. Kyle, did you see any of those plays surface on social media?
I did not see plays, but I did hear one thing.
What'd you hear? You know what? I don't want to hear it because we're going to hear from Alex Strofe, the WBA play-by-play runner-up in 2024 behind Jesse Nelson, but also the 2023 winner. Are you just boycotting me because I took a shot at you? All right. The 2023 WBA play-by-play winner, Alex Strofe. If you've missed any of the action, Strofe, give us some highlights from OTA's play-by-play style.
Ooh, this is my surprise.
Yeah.
We welcome you to lovely Clark Hinkle Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin for OTA practice number 8 of 9 on a lovely June afternoon. We direct your attention to the south end zone.
Hey.
Real fine. Second-year starting quarterback Jordan Love working out of the gun. Josh Myers snaps the ball. Love with 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, looks upfield. In between the numbers and the sideline is Dontavian Wicks wide open and a dot thrown as Wicks takes off down the sideline, galloping like a horse at the Kentucky Derby.
Boom!
Look at that. Tay Wicks looking good.
Now, can I rate your play-by-play? Not enough context of where we were on the field, what's the situation. What's the situation? Is it a second down?
It's an OTA practice. There's no defense.
There was a 2-minute drill. There was defense today. There was. So, Strophy, before you get after me, I want you to set the scene, buddy. You just made it seem like they're running routes. There was some little action today.
Where did you see this?
On social media, obviously, on X.
What we got next?
This clip, you're right. We do have a little action.
Yes.
We've got Jordan Love once again out of the gun. Second team offensive line in there, though. Don't love that. Working against Devontae Wyatt, who's going to have a huge year.
Okay, I like the add-in.
Oh, yeah.
Love out of the gun as Reed to his left, Watson, and Wicks to his right. Jacobs in his backfield.
Oh,
baby,
wow.
Watch out. Play action, fakes the handoff, steps back, looks to his right. Fakes the throw. Now looks left. Jaden Reed crossing in the middle of the field at the 30. Catches the ball at the 35. Takes off right outside the numbers in between the sideline past the 50. He's up to the 40 and out of bounds at the 35-yard line on the other side of the field. 42-yard gain.
Was he outside the numbers, then inside the numbers, then outside the numbers? That was a crazy route.
Zigzagging.
That was a crazy route from Jaden Reed.
I now direct your attention to the north end zone as we have a kicking competition going on.
Yes!
Uh-oh, is this my surprise?
Anders Carlson steps up. Peter Bowden, the former Wisconsin Badger, the long snapper.
All right, now he's getting some reps with the first team.
Beautiful spiral on the snaps. The hold is down, laces toward the field goal post. That's what that's called, right?
You suck at play-by-play. No wonder Jesse Nelson beat you in the WBAs. This is disheartening.
Ben, can you say what you said in my ear before?
Embellish a little.
I'm making this up.
See?
Wait a minute.
So,
wait.
No. Time out.
This
time
isn't
out.
real?
The first two are real.
Here's why I'm mad. Because I sent Strofe a tweet from Rob Domofsky. You know what? Let me take over.
Oh, here we go.
North end zone kicking competition. Forget the guy who they added, but we got Greg Joseph and
South end zone.
And we got our guy, Anders Carlson, who's looking to make a second year.
Guy?
Yeah, he is right now. He's looking to make his second year comeback after being a rookie draft pick from Brian Gutekunst. From the 57, a 2-minute drill. They're rushing the field goal unit on in a late game situation. 15 seconds on the clock. From 57 yards, they're going to bring right off the edge all the heat imaginable.
Did he hit it?
Blocks hold up. Carlson, kick, left hash from 57. It's good!
Oh, he
Carlson
hit from 57?
Hit from 57!
Okay.
He hit it!
You just changed hashes halfway through. You went from the right to the left.
They misplaced the ball. The referees moved it over to the left, and then they put it in the left hash, and then boom goes the dynamite.
So he hit field goals, because I was.
He hit a 57-yarder.
That is fantastic. I was in meetings all morning. I was told, stay off of Twitter, so I stayed off of Twitter X, and so what you're
Twitter
saying
X.
is that Twitter X. Well, you're saying Carlson looked good.
He had a 54. He had a 57.
57.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Did he miss any?
I didn't see the misses.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I need to make sure in practice, because it is practice, that anything inside the 50 is good, but then anything between 50 to 57, we're looking good.
Despite getting the hash wrong, who did better play-by-play there?
You both did average. Did okay.
I'm not a play-by-play guy, so I'll take average.
You had passion, right?
I did.
You had intensity.
I mean, Carlson had a 57-yarder.
You implying I didn't?
Yeah, you also missed today. Snap to Love. Looks right. Got protection. Chip blocked by Jacobs. Gives him time. Across the middle. Not one of the four, but our guy, Bo Melton. Is it overthrown? Yeah. Is it underthrown? It's in the breadbasket. 75 yards. Bo Melton to the end zone. Hit it with the Lambeau leap.
This is a kid with imagination and have a lot of friends growing up. That's what that is. You hear that?
Can't relate.
No, he talking to himself, sitting there watching the Lowly Bears as a kid, thinking that, Randy Orton, Jacob, what's his name?
Randy Orton.
Gonna do his thing. What was his name? He was a scrub.
Exactly.
Kyle Orton, scrub.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I crushed Strofe in that exercise.
You did well. I'll give you that one. One for you.
One for me and one for you too, because I want you, Kyle, to tell everyone about, well, you probably don't have it, so I'll do it. Thanasis. Because Thanasis, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see him with the Greek national team, but you can watch great content of the Thanalysis show on YouTube. Check it out on YouTube, Thanalysis show. Great guests. He had Jordan Love on with him. He had his brother Giannis on at a live event. He's had Stephen A. Smith. Recently had Steve Novak of Marquette Galore. He's had a lot of great guests and great conversations. Recently, Michael Carter-Williams, seen some clips go viral from that.
Fantastic interview.
Great interview. Great insight.
Great storytelling. It was great.
Find the show on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. The Thanalysis show. Subscribe on YouTube. We'll be back with more Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. I crushed Strofe in that next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Trade proposal. Christian Watson. Packers receive Justin Jefferson. I think I found a way for us to get Ayuk, Jefferson, and T. Higgins and not have to give up all that much.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Don't miss Cherry Pie this Wednesday at the Bud Pavilion's free concert series, Wednesday Night Live. State Fair Park gates open Wednesday night at 6, with Cherry Pie taking the stage at 7. Epic bands, unforgettable nights. It's Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion.
A Brewers Group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. You can count on the Brewers to host an event your crew won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And as I tried writing this radio commercial on my phone, that darn autocorrect always seemed to give me fits. Which got me thinking, if you're looking for a stress-free, painless, wow, that was easy home mortgage process, give Great Midwest Bank a try. Find an experienced loan officer at greatmidwestbank.com to guide you to a state of banquility. Yeah, autocorrect would have never caught that one. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend. Tune in to Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA Hoops champ himself, talk about everything happening in the Bucks world and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Plus, they'll answer your questions too. I'm telling you, the Matt Barnes ones is very, very interesting. He told the story about running up on John Henson, and John Henson kind of being scared of him and waiting for him, not waiting for him to come out. And the police told him, "Hey, buddy, you got to go." Trying to just head out.
Wow.
Good stories. Definitely tune into that one. But stay on.
They called the police.
They sure did call the police. John Henson ain't for that smoke now. Matt Barnes is crazy. He legitimately is crazy.
Really? How you know that?
He beefed with Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher hated
Barnes?
his ex-wife. And he was beefing with Derek Fisher where they try to get into a fight. Some people are crazy. Tommy
Bucks Plus, baby.
Crazy. Bucks Plus. We get crazy people entertaining people. But make sure you tune into Here District and stay on the beat of the Bucks and find Here District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Kyle, how do you feel like you sold that?
I saw it very well.
I thought you sold well, too.
I thought you did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a clip of him talking about, he said, "Oh, yeah, I remember that." Because Matt Barnes was like, "Yeah, I remember what happened there with John Henson." And he basically was, John Henson at the end of the game was too aggressive and he got in his face and he ran off the court and he said he was waiting for John Henson out by the bus.
You think you could ever beat a professional athlete in a fight?
Do I think I could beat a professional athlete? That's
the question, yes.
It depends on the sport.
Some wimpy baseball player.
I'm talking strictly
I could
NBA.
whoop every jockey's behind. Not everyone. There might be some feisty 5'2" person.
NBA?
I feel like I could throw some hands at. I feel like I could beat up Pat Connaughton and TJ.
Pat McConnaughton,
TJ McConnell,
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Stroh. We ain't fighting anybody
Earl
here.
Boykins.
Earl Boykins, Muggsy Bogues. He's just choosing
I definitely with Bugs.
just choosing all the short NBA players.
I can't beat no
Brad
6'5"
Nortman today. 800-990-3776 for you, KBN Nation, to get involved. Badminton player is a suggestion from the YouTube comments.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That would be the
pickleball player.
That would be the direction I would go. I would go for a direction of somebody that isn't very physical. Dudes that are physical or intense all the dang time. Not really the area and lane I want to be in. I can fight them. Not saying I can win, but I'll fight them now.
Goody speaking to the media today, saying both parties want to get the same thing done. Like, get this done before training camp for sure. End quote. That's from Goody earlier to the media, and I'm glad that both of you are on the same page. Alex Stroh, our producer, a little bit more, not as, I wouldn't say pessimistic, I would say cautious, right? Like Kyle immediately reads something, will jump to the best conclusion. That's why we love you. You're Mr. Positive. Everything is green and gold.
That's what it says. That's what it is.
But Stevie chimes in and says, you know what? Announcing this does put some pressure on Jay Love's camp. To me, no. Announcing this puts more pressure on Goody because he said he wants to get it done before training camp for sure. So if you want to get done before training camp, he is now putting his own timeline against himself publicly.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't believe he goes out and says the things that he says, and he also focuses on this. Both parties want to get it done. That should be not virtue signaling, but that is putting signals out there that both parties are interested in getting the deal done.
You want to get done? Pay me $55 a year.
Listen, but if he says I want 55, you got to negotiate. You got to find middle ground. That's exactly what it's coming to. It takes time to go through these negotiations. There is no rush, but what we do understand is the closer and closer we get to mid.
What if Packers only will go anywhere just below Jared Goff, which was 52?
Then he wouldn't be speaking. If they knew that they weren't close, he would not be saying anything. He knows, based off the conversations that they have had, it's been positive conversations in the right step, that they're going to figure this thing out. He would not have spoken up had he not known that this deal is going to get done. He spoke for both parties and said both parties are looking to get this deal done. He didn't say we. He didn't say me. He said we. And that's why we should be confident moving forward that the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love are going to find a good deal and a good place for him to be the franchise quarterback here for the Green Bay Packers.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher of Wilde and Tausch, which you can hear across these stations from 9 to noon. He's going to be joining us around 3:15, different than his 2:30 Tuesday time. So with that, I want to get to Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust ASAP so we can maximize our time with that Packers Hall of Famer because I want his insight on the Love, Goody, everything. I want old T for as much time as we can get him.
I got the questions.
Kyle's going to be reading the questions. Brad Nortman out today. Let's go with caller 10 for Jordan Love to face me, Ben Brust, and Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 16-12-1 after my loss last week, Strofe.
Are you on a back-to-back losses? I mean, last week was embarrassing.
16-13-1.
Are we just adding losses now?
16-14-1.
No, we're 16-13-1.
16-17-1.
I don't feel like you have 13 losses. I feel like you're still in the single digits for losses.
No, it's 12. It's 12. It's 16-12-1. We were just having some fun there.
It's getting closer.
To win a $25 gift card and the pride of beating me, Ben Brust, in my game, if you guys are smart at this 3 o'clock hour, you're going to get me to 16-13-1. Chance to win $25 gift card, 15 seconds is 90 seconds. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Caller 10 for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? 800-990-ESPN. In 2 minutes.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7 and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University, affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
Are you not able to enjoy this summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the best time for being outdoors, but not if your knees, your shoulders, back, or hips are hurting. Hey, this is Brad Nortman. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting joint pain relief. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your body's own ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can run, walk, hike, play golf, and move again, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. Stop putting it off. Take action now and live your best life again. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Tired of looking at dusty, dirty, and cracked garage floors? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you how you can get a fresh new look with Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor. It's also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. Contact Showtime Floors today and mention ESPN for 10% off. ShowtimeFloors.com.
Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Lakeland University. Don't put your life on hold to earn your degree. Build a schedule that meets your needs. Lakeland.edu.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
the second hour of KBN right here on ESPN Wisconsin, and it's time for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? And I'm excited for this because Brad and I had our chance to kind of go back and forth for whether or not he was going to be the one that read them, and then they had me read them, and then we ended up keeping it with him. But now this is my opportunity to read the questions. I was told I need to be a little bit more fun and more direct, but I see I got to look Ben right in his eyes and mess him up when I go through this. But then I was told who his contestant was today's trophy, and I gave a little bit of a sigh. So Chef Ed, listen, you my guy, you my boy. But you're 3-9 against Ben, and I cannot have Ben beat me today. So I'm relying on you to put your smart hat on today, put your smart pants on today, and do your thing. I believe in you, Chef Ed. Do you believe in yourself?
Hey, let's do this.
Let's do this. That's what I'm talking about. You know how it is. Hit the music, and I'll go through how the game works.
For those of you who say Ben Brust is an idiot, here's your chance to be proven right. It's time to play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
And today we have Chef Ed as the contestant trying to show that he's smarter than Ben Brust. Now, Chef Ed, here's how it works. You get 15 questions in 90 seconds. You can say skip or pass, and we will go back to the question that you skip or pass. Are you good to go?
I'm good to go.
All right, come on. In 3, 2, 1. Who was the third president of the United States?
Jefferson.
Which bone are babies born without?
Pass.
What is the only food that does not spoil?
Pass.
What do the stripes on the United States flag represent?
The original 13 colonies.
All right. What acronym was used during the 2000 software problem that many believe would cause computers to stop working?
I'm going to go back and change my other answer to 50 states.
You said what?
Can I change my other answer back to the 50 states? The stars represent the 50 states?
If you want to. I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, I want to change that.
Okay, sounds good. All right, and what acronym was used during the 2000 software problem that many believe would cause the computers to stop working?
Y2K.
How many legs does a crab have?
6.
Who wrote Hamlet?
Shakespeare.
Who was the first man to step on the moon?
John Glenn.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Repeat that, please.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
The nucleus.
Dang, Chef Ed, I was trying to get you through more questions, man.
Did he say John Lennon was the first man to step on the
John
moon?
Glennon. I think John Glennon was with the guy that stepped on the moon. I don't know.
I thought he said John Lennon as in the Beatles.
All right, Chef Ed, do we say how many Chef Ed had?
Well, he had 4, but it was actually a 3 spot because he changed his answer.
He changed his answer. And I was trying to get him through these because I felt like 1 through 7 might help him.
3 spot. By the way, he's a chef. You asked him a question about food. He passed.
Yeah, he did. He did. This isn't my fault, is it?
I don't know that Ben's going to do very well.
But he'll get 3 once he gets to the...
Yeah, he might.
Hey, how you doing, Ben?
He almost slipped?
No, I didn't almost slip. All right, are you ready?
Oh, take a second here. I just ran in.
All right.
15 questions, 90 seconds. I'm allowed to say skip or pass, and you'll come back to it.
15 questions, 90 seconds. You're allowed to say skip or pass.
I just said
will
this.
Come back to it. Are you ready, Ben Brust?
I'm ready.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Who was the third president of the United States?
Who was after John Adams? Thomas Jefferson.
Which bone are babies born without?
You just had one.
The butt bone.
What is the only food that does not spoil?
Beans.
What do the stripes on the United States flag represent?
13 original colonies.
What acronym was used during the 2000 software problem that many believe would cause computers to
Y2K.
fail? Okay, all right. Now, how many legs does a crab have?
8.
Who wrote Hamlet?
Hamlet.
Who wrote Hamlet? Don't talk
Martha
about my
Stone.
ebonics. Who was the first man who stepped on the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
The powerhouse of the cell?
What is the powerhouse
Is this a science
of the
question?
cell? Yes, it is
Pass.
a science question. Who was the first boxer to win the world championship title 3 times?
Holyfield.
What is the highest grossing Broadway show of all time?
Hamilton?
What is the capital of Iowa?
Des Moines?
What is celebrated on February 2nd and is also a film?
Black History Month?
Oh my gosh. Who is the all-time leading scorer of Division I college basketball?
Caitlin Clark.
And how many ribs are in the typical human body?
18.
I mean, it didn't matter. You went against Chef Ed, so I mean, you won.
I won?
You beat Chef Ed.
You are now 3-10 against, or Chef Ed rather is 3-10 against you. You're now 10-3 against Chef Ed.
I mean,
how does he? I saw all the calls. How does he keep getting caller 10?
I don't know.
13 times.
I just want to point out real quick. You got the question right. What do the stripes in the United States flag represent? Chef Ed got it right. Kyle read the next question, which was the Y2K answer. And he said, wait a minute, I want to change my answer to the 50 states.
I said, what? I said, huh?
Oh, Lord.
I said, huh? There ain't no 50 stripes on the flag. You see the stars, the stripes.
Lord.
That's why I didn't tell you were playing against Chef Ed because
You had a face when I walked in. I know, based off of Kyle's eyes, if I have a shot to win or not.
I don't think it was your fault, Kyle, because Ben only got 6, and you got through all 15.
Yeah, no, it's Chef Ed. Just...
I love Chef Ed, but I'm really disappointed right now.
Why?
I thought these questions were good.
They were good questions.
How does Chef Ed manage to call so successfully but answer so unsuccessfully? I don't know. I am literally looking at the phone lines as they light up, and I don't know how he times it perfectly. Because if people had the power to do that for the Snoop Dogg tickets we gave away last week, they would ask Chef Ed how he did it.
Man, I tell you, you ready to go through the answers here?
I am.
All right.
Woo! What am I? 17, 12, and 1?
Yeah,
You're defeated too.
It doesn't count. You got to play the 0-16 Detroit Lions twice. It shouldn't count. You should be 15.
But I'm the 1-15 crappy team.
I want a recount.
A recount?
Yeah, I want the board.
Or a redo.
I want the board to go into executive session for a moment, and we should discuss whether or not this counts.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The fix is in. Here we go.
I like what you did. Keith Posley, huh? All right, here we go. Who was the third president of the United States? You got it right. Thomas Jefferson. Which bone are babies?
I found out.
Okay, yeah.
That John Adams in my family has lineage.
Oh, wow.
At a family party for my grandpa's 91st over the weekend. Apparently we have a connection.
There was like 100 people back then.
I'm just saying, we got
More
some
than 100.
lineage to John Adams.
Oh, that's so cool.
Did John Adams own slaves?
I don't know.
So your family owned slaves?
Shut up.
Wait a minute, you're bragging about your slave owner uncle?
What are you doing right now? What are you doing? Uncle Adams?
Uncle Adams. Your
He's still in the family.
Adams, on his plantation. Which bone are babies born without? Kneecap.
What did you say? Butt bone?
Kneecaps.
He said butt bone.
I can't wait to touch her knees today.
Does she have kneecaps now? When do those develop?
I will check that out as you keep going through the answers.
Absolutely. What is the only food that does not spoil? Honey is the answer. What do the stripes on the United States?
Hold on, Kyle. We got to stop letting him get away with his dumb answers. I know he won, but he had some really bad answers.
He did. And
the ages of 2 to 6, cartilage turns into bone for the kneecaps.
Ben, if you buy a can of beans, no, let me rephrase the question. If you buy fresh green beans, those eventually go bad.
I guess where I was trying to go was,
and if you buy a can of green,
I was trying to think canned foods,
baked beans,
because I feel like when people prepare for Armageddon, right, and they have those bunkers, I feel like they have a lot of canned foods that last a while. So that's where my head went.
Wait a minute.
All right,
last a while and last forever are two different things.
I got it wrong.
That's fine.
But I whooped Chef Ed's behind.
You did. I mean, you do it every time. What do the stripes stand for? 13 original colonies. What acronym was used during 2000 software problem that many believe would cause computers to stop working? Y2K. And slightly, what's interesting, if we have some interns in here born after 2000,
Yeah, they have no idea.
Do you know what do you know what Y2K is?
No.
It's crazy.
Shaking their head no.
I remember Y2K like it was yesterday. They were freaking out.
You want to hear the crazy thing is?
What is that?
I didn't know what Y2K was until like 4 years ago.
Where were you at?
At age 9?
Yeah, you should have known that there was a whole panic about, the computers are going to go bad and everything's going to be terrible once we go to the new millennium.
I didn't know. Just a little kid popping the...
Good, I don't know what that means, but good job. I don't know what popping means, but how many legs does a crab have? 10. Who wrote Hamlet? William Shakespeare. Did he get that right?
No, I said Martha something.
Oh my gosh.
Just made up a name.
Needs to be better. Who was the first man to step on the moon? You got that right, Neil Armstrong. What is the powerhouse of the cell? You passed. Mitochondria.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, me too. Who was the first boxer to win the World Heavyweight Championship 3 times? It was not Evander Holyfield. It was Muhammad Ali.
I was going to go with Ali. It just felt too easy.
Kumbaya. Ali.
Hey. Oh.
Keith Posey's got to... Let me leave my boy alone. Let me leave my boy alone. So bad. What is the highest grossing Broadway show of all time? The Lion King.
Broadway show?
Yeah, it's a Broadway show. It's a good one, too. Real.
Was it the Broadway show before the movie?
No, it was a movie before the Broadway show.
Oh.
I'm almost positive.
Hamilton's got to be on the way.
I did double check this one. Hamilton is number 2.
All right.
Wow.
Felt good with that guess.
What is the capital city of Iowa?
Des Moines.
Des Moines, absolutely. Which
I've been there.
Can we talk about this one?
Yeah, what is celebrated on February 2nd and is also a film?
What did you say again?
Black History.
Black History Month.
Black History Month is celebrated. A month, but it's only one day in Ben's mind, which makes sense.
Is it the death of Martin Luther?
Because his ancestors owned slaves.
His ancestors, exactly. That's exactly.
Yo, this is
listen.
This is some jargon that y'all got to get off the air.
It's not jargon off the air. What did you say? John Adams is your.
I don't know the relation, but I was at a family party.
Did John Adams own slaves?
I was at a family.
Statista, of the U.S. first 12 presidents, the only 2 never to own slaves were John Adams.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's my lineage! Hell yeah!
Look at your kid.
John Adams!
Look at your uncle.
We about equality.
Look at your uncle.
That's my guy, John A. Uncle Adams. Way to go.
You should be proud.
I am proud.
You should be proud. Look at that. He went from saying, I want to distance myself from the past. That's
we closer. We're closer now. I got all this blood in me.
Yeah, I see. Shout out to you. But
the way that your Siri on Google read that and John Adams' name was the perfect timing. I mean, can't write a script. The segment's over. The segment's over. I don't need the other answers.
Groundhog Day.
Oh, Lord.
And you and 24 ribs and you got cake.
John Adams, my guy, my family member.
Yeah, I'm proud
Loves
of you.
the brothers.
I wouldn't say love, but decided that they were human. And they didn't need to be in bondage. So that's wonderful. I love it. Shout out to you. Shout out to your lineage. You should be proud of your heritage.
Wow.
What a whirlwind.
What a moment that was.
He was really pressed. We should have this off air, not on air.
Yeah, I was like, yo, get this jargon out of here. Nah, I was just joking. I knew Uncle John. I knew Uncle John, what he was about. We were telling stories about how above everything he was that others weren't back in the 1700s.
Yeah, man, that's what's up.
800-990-3776. Woo! Yeah, baby. A win.
He's more excited about
a win for our family and for Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust. And a win for you as a family is going to Road America. Affordable family fun. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. The NTT IndyCar Series is coming the 6th through the 9th, which means you got to get your tickets right now. Right now for affordable family fun at Road America. It's going to be a great time. I'm going to be there Sunday. I hope to see you there. My man John Adams, he's my family. We'll be back with Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer. That was amazing.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. That's a big girl. Yeah, that's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry out a big girl. nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tout, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
You are looking live.
Hi,
I
Josh.
am looking live at like 18 different things. I've got my glasses on. I can read it. If you don't want to do it, fine. I'll just lean over here.
I got it.
Trade proposal. No, forget you. You had your chance. And you compared me to your grandpa.
May he rest in peace.
Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We've got ourselves starting things off an accident on northbound 41 just north of Burleigh. 2 left lanes are blocked with this crash, so definitely seeing some pretty nasty delays pretty much all the way back to Mayfair Road. We've also got 43 southbound slowing down from just before Hampton Avenue all the way down past Keefe, and then on the northbound side backing up from North Avenue up to Keefe. Westbound 94 a little heavy from 25th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lac La Belle. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time at clubatlaclabelle.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, scattered showers and storms with a low of 65. Tomorrow, morning showers, then partly cloudy, then evening showers, a high of 79. Weather is brought to you by Higher Love Cannabis Company. Find your Higher Love today, only 59 miles from Green Bay. Find higherlove.com/CBD. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They
What are we
say
doing
seeing
today?
is believing.
One of the employee owners has an idea. Who is it?
Casey Goodson.
Well, hi, you must be Casey Goodson.
That's me. Casey has been with Kessler's for 22 years and became an owner 12 years ago.
We're excited to hear your idea, Casey.
I call it the One Collection.
But we've had special collections in the past.
What are you saying?
Casey, I think Rick is saying that this can't be the one collection because we've offered special collections in the past.
I'm not saying it's the first collection. It's a special collection of engagement rings for the woman that you know is the one. The one for you. The one forever. What's in it? Incredibly special rings for incredibly special women.
How much?
Most of them are between $725 and $2,800. I like it.
I like it. Me too. When you have found the one, you'll find her ring waiting patiently for you to come and pick it up at Kessler's. For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Summer with Saz's, wonton-wrapped mozzarella sticks, refreshing craft cocktails, crispy sour cream and chive fries, barbecue pulled pork sandwiches, you name it, they've got it. Saz's Date House has been a Milwaukee staple for almost 50 years. So grab your friends and come experience the finest for yourself. Join them on their outdoor patio or pull up a seat at Saz's famous Round Bar. Complimentary shuttles are ready to take you to games and concerts at AmFam Field, located at 55th and State. Learn more at saz's.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Look, I like the original.
You said last week you liked the remix.
No, everyone said they liked the original and written by Natasha Bedingfield.
Yeah, I definitely like the original. It's a classic. You may not know nothing about that because you was in diapers when it came out, but
that's true. This music means Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famers, joining Kyle Brust and Nortman with no Brad Nortman. Tauschi, welcome into Kyle Brust and Nortman. How are you?
I'm doing good, Benny. How are you?
Doing great. Just found out my lineage is, I'm very proud of it. I have a connection to John Adams. Found that out at a family party over the weekend. Kyle was giving me crap that
you one of those 23andMe deals?
No. This is straight from like grandparents to talking about their grandparents and all that. Like it was straight from conversation. Absolutely. And now, even if I don't, I'm riding this forever because Kyle was saying, "Oh, you're proud of a slave owner," and we found out that John Adams, the second president, didn't have any slaves.
Yeah, I was trying to make fun of him, and I found out that you know what, his lineage isn't as bad as we thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted the old T. Okay.
Like I said, I'm not real sure where to go with that.
Yeah, no, there's nowhere.
It was
there's
good.
nowhere to
it
take
was good, though. It was
because I was telling him, hey,
really
stop
good.
this jargon. And then Kyle Seary said, John Adams did not have any slaves as the second president.
And I said, I'll be danged.
And here we are with Mark Tauscher, the Packer Hall of Famer. And Old T, earlier today, Goody spoke with the media about the impending Jordan Love contract. How both parties want the same thing. Get this done before training camp for sure. That was the quote. And thinking back to Jordan Love talking to the media after OTAs and Goody there, do you like Goody putting a timeline out there of training camp? Because if they don't get it done, that's on him.
No, it's not. I mean, it's part of the deal. I think you want to get things done. I think deadlines always spur action as far as getting things done. So the question I've had this entire time, it's, the Packers will be fine. I mean, they obviously want to get something done, but they want it on their terms. And Jordan Love is going to want things on his terms. And, if you meet in the middle and, both sides feel like maybe I could have got a little bit more, maybe I could have given a little bit less, you feel usually pretty good about that. But in this case, I do wonder if Jordan's team is going to look at this and say, well, you're not going to camp playing for $11 million. And I think most people would look at it and say, yeah, I understand where you're coming from on that. I just don't know. I think Jordan Love, he has a lot to prove yet. That's the question. Would he not come to camp? And I don't think you don't want to get into that conundrum as far as playing that out. So that's why I think Goody put that down. And, if you have a deadline, all of a sudden if that doesn't happen, then people have to make decisions maybe they don't want to do. So for everybody involved, I think Jordan Love and his team want to get all that guaranteed money, move on from this so that this isn't going to be a storyline for the season, and hopefully for him getting as much money as he can. So I understand why Goody wants that done. I'm sure Jordan Love does, but at what price point and with how many guarantees? And that really is what this is going to come down to.
And I think we talk about the fact that, the Packers, did they lose leverage? Well, Jordan Love wants to be part of the Packers organization too. I don't think Jordan Love wants to start over. He found so much success early on. He's building relationships with his teammates. Goody spoke. He might have said a little bit too much, but doesn't mean that Jordan Love doesn't want to be here.
No, I just think, that's what you would assume would have where Brian Gutekunst's mindset would be, and that's where Jordan Love's would be. You have, I don't know, what is that, month and a half, 2 months before the Packers report. It's less than 2 months. And you have this monster contract that's going to change, Jordan and his family's life. And obviously the Packers making that commitment is going to be a big deal. So I still think, if I'm a betting man, that the Green Bay Packers will get this done. They will end up giving a bunch of money, but it won't be from a guarantee standpoint. I think the Packers are going to try and have some outs after year 2 and 3 in case things go south, in case something happens. But I think that whole idea of, is he going to get $53 million per year, 54? We saw what Justin Jefferson got as a wideout.
I want to talk about that.
Price tag. Anybody that thinks it's not going to be 53 plus, I just don't think you're paying attention. It's going to be a monster number. I think the Packers don't care as much about that. They care more about, how much are we tied and locked into giving? Justin Jefferson got almost all of his contract guaranteed. the Packers will not want to do that with Jordan Love.
Speaking about that contract with Justin Jefferson, I think it's about $35 million per year, which I think is absolutely ridiculous to pay for a guy like that for that specific team. I want to know your preferences. Do you prefer two good guys like a Nico Collins type that may get you $20 million? Because the Green Bay Packers have more Nicos than they have Justin Jeffersons. Or would you rather prefer a great guy who is a game changer and one of the really best receivers in the NFL right now in a Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, I was out, we were out at the WTMJ Classic in Delavan yesterday, and I really went through the gambit of the vibe, because I have always, for my whole NFL career, I know how important stars are. I know how important they make, your locker room and the belief system. I know how they dictate coverages, if it's a quarterback, what they can do. So I always want stars. And, whether it was Devontae or Jordy or, you can go through the list, Greg Jennings, that's always been what, and then you complement all of those players. And if the gap isn't as big, that's great. And if, from a money standpoint, but I kind of, this last season, I got palmed a little bit. I was prisoner of the moment. And I loved what we saw. You didn't know what was going to happen. And I kind of got swayed. And then the more I was, Jason was talking, and the more I was thinking about it, I want a Justin Jefferson. I want someone that is going to dictate. And yes, you got to pay for big time talent. I know Snoop is coming to Pato in a little bit. You got to pay to get Snoop to come, and you hope that pays off by tickets to everything else. And great wideouts that are great, you got to pay, and they're going to make the rest of that receiving core even that much better. So. Yeah, I loved what the Packers did last year. I think it's going to be similar, but you're going to start seeing some separation with what happens this year and who that's going to be, whether it's Jaden Reed or Dodd, whoever it's going to be. And eventually, somebody in this group is going to make 30-plus. Are they going to make 35 like Jefferson? I would probably say no as we sit here now. But if you can – there's a reason Tom Cruise gets paid bonko dollars to do his movies, because he's a draw, because he's worth it. And these guys, you're not handing out these checks to just anybody. It's because they're worth it. And that's obviously how Minnesota feels. And, I heard you a little bit of what you said yesterday, and you obviously just reiterated, Kyle. What did you think? What was Minnesota supposed to do? Not pay Justin Jefferson?
I think you're better off trying to build a team around. I understand it's important to have a nice receiver for J.J. McCarthy, but I think you're better off just trying to build around J.J. versus having a Justin Jefferson where I feel like 2-3 years from now he's going to be demanding a trade anyways, like Stephon Diggs before him, because of the fact that they're not winning. Because he got paid now, but he's going to win later. He want to win later.
Yeah, but if you get a guy who has done everything you asked and has played at an incredibly high level, I mean, I saw his stat line compared to Randy Moss's first 3 or 4 years, and Justin Jefferson's was better. So I get it. I mean, in a perfect world, we all want, guys that are playing right at $25 million, and they're playing like they're $40 million. Well, that's just not the reality of the NFL. And you just don't let young star players that are in their prime walk out of your building if you believe in their character and everything else. That's how you lose locker rooms, and that's it. So I understand it. I was torn yesterday. I understand where, the differing points of view, and there's different ways you look at it. The fact that, the opposing defenses can say, I don't know if it's going to be Wicks or if it's going to be Reed. You have all these variants. That's all awesome. But that is not a sustainable model, because eventually guys are going to get paid, and I would much rather have it a no-brainer that we have to pay him, like you're going to look at with Jordan Love compared to what the New York Giants did with Daniel Jones. The worst thing to do is to pay a number 2 or a 3 wideout number 1 money, or a quarterback that's not really a franchise guy, but you pay him franchise money, and you end up in a real sticky situation. So if you are hoping that one of these guys emerges and has a Justin Jefferson-like season, and you have this conundrum next year, 2 years, that you have to pay a guy bonko dollars, that's what you're hoping for, rather than a bunch of guys just playing mediocre football.
That is a good conundrum the Packers are hoping to have, as we have the Packers Hall of Famer, old team Mark Tauscher, here with us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe running the show. And old T, we're going to discuss this a little bit further, and it might be a longer question, so stay with me. Kyle's going to be talking a little bit about the window, this championship Pella window that you like to talk about. Is it the next 2 years while you're paying the offense a little bit less that you should be looking to capitalize before you pay them? Like, is it next 2, or when Jordan Love has 2 more years underneath them, but you then don't have all those guys and you're paying one of those wide receivers bonko dollars? Is it the next 2 years or the 2 years after that you think it's a better window?
Well, to me, it's if Jordan Love is the guy we think he is, the window's wide open. And you're going to adjust. Is anybody saying that Kansas City's window closed?
You nailed the answer, T.
What?
You nailed it. You're right. Like, if Jordan Love is the guy that the Packers are signing this contract to, the window stays open, and it's the job of everyone else to surround him with the talent to make this team a Super Bowl contender every year.
So you basically just asked me to reiterate your point, which I'd be happy to do, because that's why franchise quarterbacks. Now, you're going to see, like Josh Allen, his window with Stephon Diggs and the defense. The defense can get old quick. We've seen that with a lot of teams. Now, this is a young group, and I think Goody's thought process, and I think one of the things that we've learned throughout this offseason is I think it's going to be for Goody to give you a third contract, and we're going to see it with Kenny Clark, how this unfolds, because Kenny's still relatively young, but he's got a lot of, he's 8 years into the league. What are they going to do with Kenny? Because they're drafting guys or getting guys, younger players. You're going to continue to make sure you're not paying too many guys up to that 30-year-old mark, and that's where Buffalo is going to get in trouble. Now, they're probably going to have to rebuild a little bit, but when you have that guy, you think anybody thinks Josh Allen, if they don't make the playoffs, isn't going to be criticized heavily?
Yeah, they may say it now, but they're full of crap.
If you're one of those guys, if you're making $55-56 million a year, you better be able to lead your team and find ways to keep that window open, because you're not going to have Stephon Diggs. Guys get old. Quarterbacks, they last for a long time. Tom Brady had to reinvent himself. That's what we're hoping for. So, I mean, the Packers window is wide open. I think it was last year we thought maybe it would just be cracked open a little bit, and then by the time the season finished and you got to the playoffs, that puppy was wide open, and unfortunately we got Jimmy jammed in a little bit in that fourth quarter of San Fran. But now I would say it's as open as it is for any team in the NFL.
You crack the window in the winter like I do?
I used to really love doing that, and then you let that – I love that cold air hammering you, and you just bundle up, and, that's I think, perfect sleeping conditions. But then, it gets too cold. You got to worry about it.
The waking up part, freezing, is tough to get out of bed.
Yeah, but it depends on what kind of strong blanket you got, too. That's an important part of this.
That's true. Well, Old T, I hope to see you at the American Family Championship, and so we're going to have Kyle tell the world about the amazing event that you and I love to go to. So we'll catch you soon, all right, Old T?
Sounds good, fellas.
Oh, Ben talked about it. I've been talking about it for weeks, because that is the place to be. It is the place to be, and that is the American Family Insurance Championship as it returns this Friday, June 7th at University Ridge Golf Course, Friday through Sunday. Get your tickets today by visiting amfamchampionship.com. That is amfamchampionship.com. There's a weekend with concert, weekend with golf. You got the pro-am with Ben that he's playing in, but the great thing is that proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Families Children Hospital. I'm telling you, get your tickets today. It's going to be a beautiful weekend with great golf. So go to amfamchampionship.com. That is amfamchampionship.com right now to get your tickets for the AmFam Championship.
We're going to dive a little deeper into that Pella window and how big it is, and is it super wide open as Mark Tauscher says, or do they need to get it done quicker? Kyle Wallace, our Packer backer, gives his take next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Northbound on 41, we have an accident just north of Burleigh. It's got the 3 left lanes blocked. That's got backups all the way back to Watertown Plank Road, so watch for those hefty delays. Southbound is backing up as well. We are starting to slow down for about Good Hope Road, all the way down past the accident scene as well. Southbound 43, heavy from Hampton all the way to Keith. Northbound slowing from Fond du Lac Avenue to Keith. And then westbound 94 from 25th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. It's going to be a bit of a heavy ride there. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight. Scattered showers and storms, a low of 65. Tomorrow morning showers, then partly cloudy, then evening showers, a high of 78. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Get ready to go all in for cash battles at Potawatomi. This June, go head-to-head with your fellow club members for a chance at your share of $200,000 in cash. Play with your club card for entries. Hourly drawings on June 6th and 20th from 4 to 8 p.m. Each drawing, 2 winners split $20,000. Cash battles at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. It's the biggest cash bash of the summer. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus, a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker sheds you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
The Brewers Sunday Fun Day Bundle is your new way to brunch this summer. Get tickets, food, beverages, and parking for up to 15 people, starting at $62. Get yours at brewers.com/funday.
Finding the special healthcare resources families need just got easier. Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network helps kids with delays, disabilities, special healthcare needs, and mental health conditions. Call toll-free 877-947-2929. Ask questions. Get answers. Connect today toll-free 877-947-2929. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You got a personal line to Goody and Love? Just send them the song. Contract negotiation done. Finito. Finished. Meet in the middle, baby.
No lines.
No lines?
I don't want any personal lines to Goody or Jordan Love.
Why? Because I'll screw it up.
Matt LaFleur already doesn't like you.
Oh, we've made amends.
Have you?
Working on it. 800-990-3776. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe here. No Brad Nortman. Maybe I shouldn't have said that with so much excitement. Because I really wish Brad was here, like when we're all here.
Yeah, I miss Brad.
I do too. He's so likable.
He's balanced too.
Strofe, you had a crush on him before us, and I think we may have overtaken you in the Brad Nortman crush department.
What did you say? John Adams is your.
I don't know the relation, but I was at a family party.
Did John Adams own slaves?
That a
According
family.
to Statista, of the U.S. first 12 presidents, the only two never to own slaves were John Adams.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's my lineage! That's my lineage!
That's your people,
Look at your
man.
John Adams!
Look at your uncle.
Uncle John.
Listen, I'm proud. I'm proud of you.
For those who missed it, because that came out of nowhere from Strofe.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You had Tausch on before. I couldn't focus on anything. That was the funniest moment, dare I say, in this show's history.
I feel bad that Brad wasn't here for it, but I'm sorry. It was the biggest emotional swing I've ever been on. And Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust at 3 o'clock? If you missed any of our show, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, listen back on Podcast Wisconsin On Demand or YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. There was an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust question that was, who was the third president? I said, who was after Adams? And I answered Jefferson. As we were going through the answers, I was like, I'd give a little fun fact that John Adams at my family party this weekend celebrating my grandpa's 91st birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
It was brought up that John Adams is in our family history. And Kyle, I don't know what you said. You were like, what, are you proud you own slaves or something? Something like that.
Some slick I said
and
out my mouth.
then y'all two clowns started doubling down, and Strofe got in the mix.
Because you said February 2nd is known as,
Black History Month.
even though it's Groundhog Day, a movie. I don't know what movie I mean, I'm sure there's a movie called Black History Month.
I'm sure there is. But then the twist of all twists. Just play that again. We find out the truth about my lineage, John Adams.
What did you say? John Adams is your.
I don't know the relation, but I was at a family party.
Did John Adams own slaves?
That a
According
family.
to Statista, of the U.S. first 12 presidents, the only two never to own slaves were John Adams.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's my lineage! Hell yeah!
Look at your kinfolk.
John Adams!
Look at your uncle.
For those of you curious, by the way, the other one was John Quincy Adams, who didn't own slaves.
Oh, that's a different president.
Do you know which one is your cousin?
No, the second president.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up.
No, it is.
Yeah, that's what's up.
John Adams famously said, quote, "The American Revolution would not be complete until all slaves were freed."
Hey!
The Lincoln before Lincoln.
You know
my family.
You know what? I'm proud of you, Ben. I'm proud. I'm very proud.
I didn't do anything.
I'm glad you're claiming him.
Yeah,
he was a good one.
Yeah, I'm getting John Adams tattooed.
I wouldn't go that.
You gonna add him to your sleeve, tough guy?
Hey. I do want to get a sleeve.
How does your girlfriend, excuse me, fiance?
Oh, be careful.
Yeah, no. Strofe doesn't think she's real or the engagement is real at all.
I saw the ring, actually. I do believe it.
Cody chimes in 262. That's what Kyle gets, hating ass.
Hey, he's true. Hey, I was hating. I shouldn't assume. You know what assuming means.
Rip and Rona, that is a great moment in this show's history. Dwayne from West Bend. Kyle, that backfired big time.
No, it did. Hey, but I support it. Anybody that supports not having slavery and is a family member of my co-host, I will support them as well. So it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. I do want to get to Kyle's take on the Green Bay Packers, but I would be doing us a disservice if I didn't give us enough time to do so, Strofe. Is that fair? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to tell you about Behind the Bucks. And if we're going to go there, you want how this came up? Tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network presented by Gallagher. My grandpa's 91st birthday, my grandfather worked at Gallagher for 30 years. Isn't that wild?
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy connection?
It is crazy.
Yes,
talking about
sir.
the grandpa that just turned 91, right?
Yeah, worked at Gallagher.
My goodness.
He just visited last year to their new facility, and they're presenting the Behind the Bucks podcast, and they're your trusted insurance broker and HR benefits consultant. For the record, this is not a paid advertisement. I have nothing to do with this.
But they're partners of us.
But they are great partners of Good Karma Brands and the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Behind the Bucks dives deep into Bucks and Six, a culture unknowingly created by former Bucks star Brandon Jennings. There's a whole lot more in the making, so stay tuned. Bucks and Six was amazing, how it became the rallying cry, and just seeing all of Deer District, right? what was it, 70K? We'll never
like 100,000.
We'll never see anything like that again with how it's built out, and they've done a great job in Deer District. But while it was under construction, the area in itself was just amazing in 2021 when they won the championship. So go to the Bucks app wherever you find your podcast. Behind the Bucks is presented by the aforementioned Gallagher. We'll be back with Kyle's take on the Green Bay Packers and their Super Bowl window, and you, KBN Nation, 800-990-3776 next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What did you say? John Adams is your...
I don't know the relation, but I was at a family party.
Did John Adams own slaves?
According to Statista, of the U.S. first 12 presidents, the only 2 never to own slaves were John Adams.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's my lineage! Hell yeah!
Look at your kinfolk.
John Adams!
Look at your uncle.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Even when you get a great price, diamonds cost a lot of money.
But we want you to be able to buy the engagement ring you really want.
You won't have to settle for anything less than fantastic when you come to Kessler's.
We do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
Friendly financing makes it possible.
We can give you 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit.
And with approved credit, we can give you 36 months to pay with just 9.99%.
And if getting your credit approved is a problem, we've even got second chance financing for people who deserve a second chance.
Don't settle for second best. Come to Kessler's.
Seriously, we do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
That's the sort of thing you can expect from us when you hear us say, welcome to Kessler's.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com. And one more thing, welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for the Bath Authority, and if your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew, or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. All Bath Authority products are 100% made in the USA and can be installed in as little as 1 day by a certified factory technician. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety by scheduling your free in-home estimate and getting $1,500 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. Restrictions do apply. The Bath Authority.com.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
From big tailgate parties to cozy dinners for 2, the freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 46 to 48 ounce selected varieties Blue Bunny ice cream, $3.99. 14.1 to 33.5 ounce selected varieties Culinary Circle Pizza, $4.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny Delight, 2 for $3. 4 to 6 count selected varieties Northern Bath or Brawny Towels, $7.49.
Why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take them out at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 24th.
For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I should be over all the butterflies, but I'm into you.
2 out of 3 legs on the same game parlay yesterday. You guys can make fun of me. The 2,000 square foot video wall is great for watching any sporting event at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook. I had Phillies run line reluctantly. I did bet that straight up and win. Cool. Rhys Hoskins in his return back to Philly got a standing O and that's how. But here's the thing. That's how you know that you have a guy you want on your team, is that he is loved by an organization that he left while they were in their peak, and the Brewers are second. I think they're in the second highest lead in a division race of all teams in the MLB, and Rhys just came off the injured list and hit a bomb yesterday against the Phillies. Love Rhys Hoskins from the day he started Wang at, who was he crying at? Who was a big baby on the Mets?
Jeff McNeil.
McNeil.
Oh, yeah, they got beat.
Oh, you slide too hard. Wah. All that action you can see on the 2,000 square foot video wall and 20-minute reserved parking spaces near the Skywalk, so you can go play some bets. Great bar, great kitchen, great VIP deck, and the 2,000 square foot video wall. You're going to hear me say 2,000 square foot video wall. It doesn't do it justice until you see it with your own eyes, so stop by Potawatomi Casino Hotel's brand new sportsbook. Now, Mark Tauscher joined us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, and we were having a conversation about Justin Jefferson. He was listening to us talk about the contract that the Vikings gave him yesterday, and it got me thinking because he talked about bongo dollars or whatever it is, big money. The time will come, as we've had exercises where we've done who of the 4 Packers wide receivers that they have now will end up being the guys in the future, but I want to expand this to, of the 4 wide receivers, Dobbs, Watson, Wicks, and Reed, of those 4, who do you think has the most potential to end up making $30 million a year? Packer backer Kyle Wallace, the floor is yours.
I mean, all 4 are really great options. We know Dobbs isn't going to make $30 million a year. And
I'd be shocked if Dobbs goes above 10% on the poll.
I mean, we know exactly what... We think we know what his ceiling is, but we more importantly know what his floor is, right? He's a dang good receiver. He's a tremendous number 3. He's a reliable receiver for sure if he's a number 2. He's not a true number 1 that's going to get paid the big bucks, the bongo bucks, as Tau said. But when I look at it, to me, it's the guy that can be the most explosive guy. And when you talk about a Justin Jefferson, you talk about a Jamar Chase, you talk about those guys that can be explosive, the most explosive receiver the Green Bay Packers has is Christian Watson. I mean, he's the guy that has the potential to be that because, again, we saw in a small sample size when he was with Aaron Rodgers how great and how incredible and how productive and what type of weapon he can absolutely be. That guy at his best, if he is able to consistently play, and he's able to do what he did when he had Aaron Rodgers, and he did what he did when he made some great plays for us this year, he's a guy that could potentially be in a conversation for $30 million. Is a Jaden Reed going to get there? If Jaden Reed at his size is able and being a weapon out the slot, kind of a gadget guy, if he turns into a $30 million guy, we're talking about a dude that is a tremendous talent then. But right now, I think it's easy to see that Christian Watson is the one potential guy that can be the big-time $30 million guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to end up winning the poll. I really don't. I do believe that there is a feeling from the last portion of the season that Dontavian Wicks, because of the name Devontae Adams, not that he is Devontae Adams, but because he's shown flashes of what Devontae can do from a route running standpoint, people are getting sucked into that. It's hard for me to put my money on Wicks being that until I see more. But he even in Wicks' 8 games when Watson was out, we never saw Wicks do what Watson did in those 5 games.
No, not at all.
And that's where I continue to go back to Watson. It's hard for me to say Romeo Dobbs for the reasons you said. I think you nailed it perfectly. Jaden Reed is
You just don't see guys who play the way he plays. So
have the longevity of the way he plays.
I mean, how many of these guys who are really, really good receivers? You see a Cooper Kupp in the slot who's fantastic. See a Tyreek Hill that's a great guy, a little undersized.
Jaden Reed ain't no Tyreek Hill.
He's not. And so that's the thing is that you don't see a lot of those guys making that amount of money just based off the type of receiver and the type of threat that he is. He's not that outside guy that's going to tear it up. But Christian Watson is that. Tay Wicks, listen. Y'all know I've been on Tay Wicks.
You were the guy.
I was on him very early. Do I think Tay Wicks has potential to be a fantastic NFL receiver? Absolutely. But you just got to wait on it, right? We have to see a full season of Tay Wicks where he's actually a piece of this offense where you're expecting for him to do something because last year he came on late and he made big plays, but he still wasn't the number one guy going into any game. It was going to be Reed and it was going to be Dobbs that were the number one and number two primary receivers throughout last season.
And fair or not, right? Probably fair. Dontavian Wicks is 6'1", 210. Christian Watson is 6'4", 200.
And can fly.
And has speed, and hopefully, since he went down to the University of Madison, a great institution that I got a degree from.
You don't even know the name of your school.
University of Wisconsin-Madison, what'd I say?
You say University of Madison. Doesn't exist.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, he's slow again.
No, they figured out that it's very simple. Sometimes when you have body parts, one is stronger than the other, right? If you grow up and you're a righty, your left hand may not be as strong as your left. His hamstrings were the same thing. He put a lot of built up a lot of muscle using one. The other one was behind, evening out the strength. Believe it or not, actually, I went through this as an athlete. I had a bad right hip. And everyone thought, well, okay, let's strengthen that area. It's strength. Like what was wrong was my lower back and the connecting areas. It's not now I'm going into weird science. My point is,
you do science now. You don't do it on. Are you smarter than Ben Brust? But you do it now, huh?
Well, I did it when in a physiological athletic standpoint, right?
Yeah, you did it. I understand. It's talking about strengthening other things.
Yeah, and if they figured out evening out the strength so he doesn't have those hamstring issues, and if we can get a 15 to 16 games out of Christian Watson with Jordan Love and what he has from a playmaking standpoint, he has the most potential to be making $30 million. But that's hard to bet on, too, based off injury history.
And that's the reason why I'm not betting on it whatsoever because I don't trust that Christian Watson is going to be healthy. I believe he can contribute and be impactful for the team, but I don't think he consistently is going to give you a 17-game season.
At KBN ESPN on Twitter, X, of the four Packers wide receivers, which has the biggest potential to make $30 million a year? Dobbs, 4%. Watson, 31%. Shocked to see Jaden Reed at 38%. And Dontavian Wicks, 27%. We'll continue to have that conversation with you, 800-990-3776. Rutledge and Hamilton are up next in Madison. We'll be right here on 94.5 ESPN, streaming and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
With me tonight, the record company's only give me lots of money and everything's gonna be alright.
Well, we had that earlier accident at Burleigh that was blocking a bunch of lanes of traffic. That's been cleared. We do have a new accident, though, on 41 northbound, right about at Watertown Plank Road. Left shoulder is blocked with this. Other than that, we've got delays from just north of Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol. Northbound's backed up from Watertown Plank Road pretty much all the way up to Burleigh. Southbound 43 backing up from before Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Northbound is backed up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keith. Traffic is brought to you by Dave & Buster's College Night Thursdays. College students get a free Dave & Buster's Power Card when you show your college ID. Dave & Buster's College Night Thursdays, 9 p.m. to close. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Scattered showers and storms, a low of 65. Tomorrow morning showers, then partly cloudy, and then evening showers at the high of 78. Weather's brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lozagon, 94.5 ESPN.
In Wisconsin, bicycles are legal and intended users of the road. We remind drivers to share the road and make sure to slow down and give at least 3 feet when passing a person biking. Let's make sure everyone, no matter their mode of travel, gets home safely. Learn more at wisconsinbikefed.org.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance, like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Families agents. Life's better when you're under American Families roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Gear up for more Brewers action when the crew takes on the Reds June 14th through the 16th. Plus, get a Sal Frelick bobblehead on Saturday the 15th. Find your spot at brewers.com/tickets.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 4-1 Buzz Hour at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Alex Strofe running the show. You, KBN Nation, can get involved. 800-990-3776. And the sexiest man in the office.
He came looking good. What's the occasion,
Hey,
T-Lo?
Tory Lowe on a Tory Lowe Tuesday. Looking so good.
Summertime.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, you got fresh cut for real. You had the braids. Now you ain't got.
I had to do a lot of moving around. I'm in the transition.
The aerodynamics are better with this haircut.
Right. You can, and when you out there, you can surf. You get the balance.
What? I mean,
when are you in the water? I saw you go to Lake Michigan, and it was not pretty.
It wasn't. But I need a tube.
A tube?
I'm a tuber.
Yeah, you like getting tossed around the tube on the back of the boat?
When I'm out there, I need to go tubing, yeah.
The lazy river, huh?
Hey, I'm just holding on to the tube till I fall off.
I'm more of a lazy river guy. There's no reason for me to be smacked around the lake waters anymore.
Right.
I don't think I've ever gone tubing before.
What?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately.
That's an amazing what?
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, my parents
we already have one.
We have a really good one. I've never been tubing before. Yeah.
What?
That's what when I saw your haircut, that's what I said. What?
Oh, wow. What?
You got to see Tory Lowe new haircut.
So, Tory Lowe joins us on Tory Lowe Tuesday. And, Tory, I want to start with some Green Bay Packers. We got a lot to get to in this segment. A couple of different things we'll get to. You're going to be shocked by one of them. Let me tell you that much. First and foremost, Kyle Wallace thinks the Green Bay Packers window is biggest in the next 2 years to win a Super Bowl because of mostly the offense and how you're able to pay the young guys a combined $20 million at the wide receiver position. You got the young tight ends. You got Jordan Love, who's going to get his contract. Right. But are you in that camp, or do you believe that after 2 years, Jordan Love might be more equipped with more experience and they can continue to build around him and the Super Bowl window is bigger then?
I think that we got to be in win-now mode. I think the Packers have to be in win-now mode because in a couple years, if these contracts come up down the road, there's going to be some difficulty trying to keep everybody. So while we have a young team that proven that they can play well, especially in the playoffs, they didn't get dogged out this year. But like I said, now take that next step. I think the Packers are willing to keep these young people in a space where they can get to that next step in the NFC Championship game. If we can make it to the NFC Championship game this year, win or lose.
Man, what happened to you? You placed a bet at Pato Sportsbook for the $20 grand to win the Super Bowl.
Right, but I don't want to jinx.
And by the way, if they do get to the Super Bowl, you're hedging, and I'm helping you hedge so you come out with cash.
Yeah, and I have to consult with you because you're with the Sportsbook.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know how to get down like that.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know what it meant.
I'm a better consultant than a gambler myself.
He's about that life.
We done lost some money already. I done lost some money already.
Yeah, messing with Ben.
But I'm still coming back to trust you, just like these politicians. I'm still coming back.
Hey, ho, ho.
Hey.
All right, if we're going to go hey, ho, ho, let's bring in Alex Strofe, who is sitting, dilly-dallying late at night. Yeah. Strofe, the floor is yours.
Extremely late at night, by the way.
Set the scene on what the hell was going on last night.
Yeah, so last night the Milwaukee Public School Board hosted a, what would we call it, Tori?
It was like a hearing session
on
the superintendent.
And about 8 million people signed up to speak. And about an hour and a half or 2 hours into the session, you see this gorgeous man. And I mean just handsome as hell.
Glowing.
Fresh haircut and a Green Bay Packers pullover. Walk up to the dais that they had in the aisle. And you hear Tory Lowe, Toryllowe.
And what follows?
And then he goes, to some degree, he goes, I am an advocate and I am a radio host. And in advocacy, we have the chant that goes like this. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Keith Posley has got to go.
And then all of a sudden, the hundreds of people that are at this thing start
millions
and millions start chanting with Tory.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Keith Posley has got to go.
And then all of a sudden, the mic cuts out.
They cut him off.
They cut his mic.
You feel disrespected there?
And no, but the crowd kept going. The crowd
so they heard it. They heard it over everything.
And then about a minute later, you hear if you're watching the video stream, which I was, you hear very, very faded in the background, a very familiar voice continue to talk through his points. Tory Lowe, the world's greatest advocate.
Hey.
Why are you clapping? That's your guy.
Yeah, Keith Posley is my guy, but I mean, I support Tory Lowe. I can support Tory Lowe.
And getting rid of your guy?
Hey, listen, it's not personal. It's job performance, right?
Right.
That's all it is. It's nothing personal. Great person.
You can't turn in You cannot turn in 8 months of paperwork and miss funding from the state.
So y'all got Tory preaching now.
Yeah. Hey, ho, ho.
I mean,
that's the way it's going to go.
Hey, gotta go. Hey, gotta go.
And the reason why the Green Bay Packers are such a great organization is because they always have their ducks in a row. They always are planning for what's coming next.
What a transition. I was worried about that transition.
I ain't gonna lie. Their paperwork done.
But I'm dead serious. Is that's why when Goody comes out and he says what he says, right, talking about the fact that both sides want to get this done.
Let me read it for Tory. So Goody spoke to the media today and, quote, both parties want to make the same thing happen, like to get this done before training camp for sure. What does that make you feel?
I feel confident that they can get it done. I'm definitely feeling confident. Goody, this is Jordan Love is his golden boy.
He sure is. It was his. That was him. That was he picked the replacement of the great Aaron Rodgers. The heir apparent was selected while Aaron Rodgers was here, and he made that selection.
Right. And that means he has to tie up the loose ends. And you don't want Jordan Love to have anything messing with his confidence. You want him to go in the season the way he's coming in right now. Everybody's having a high expectation. You don't want the contract talk to be involved in that.
I think you bring up, and Kyle's hit on this a little bit, and I ignore some of Kyle's points just for the sake of not giving him some flowers, but I do believe there's some validity to who Jordan Love has been from a character standpoint. And when you and Goody and Mark Murphy have talked about it. When you have the man in the building for what has been the last 4 years, right? 3 sitting out, 1 as a quarterback. You develop a relationship with somebody that's going to lead your franchise at the most important position.
Right.
And you see what he's been able to do. Even just last year, right? This team was 2-5. We forget how far away this team was from knocking off the 7-seeded or the 2-seeded Dallas Cowboys at Jerry World because we jumped in Lake Michigan because before Thanksgiving, we didn't really know if they still had it. And Jordan Love went on a run, and he elevated the entire team. What we've had conversations about that Brad has stated when he's with us, Brad Nortman, not here today, he's talked about how at the end of the day, maybe it is more about how Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback was not able to elevate the entire team.
Right.
And if Jordan Love, at the level that he was getting paid and at the early in his career that he was able to elevate this team to the playoffs and a victory and take them down to the wire in San Francisco in his first year as a full-time starter, that warrants respect from the organization, teammates, fans that will be shown in dollars.
And that was something that Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers didn't do their first season. Take it that far, and that's a bright spot because I was telling somebody the Packers have a formula, and now they've been tweaking that formula. Jordan Love now has a really good defense, and
TBD.
Yeah, but what
we'll see. I hope.
But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of first round draft picks on this defense.
Yeah,
I mean, it was supposed to be Strap City last year. Today, something went wrong.
What Strap City is?
Yeah, lock up.
Yeah, they were supposed to be that.
About to lock up.
So straps can mean many things.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
in this case, I kind of use the context in terms of the Green Bay Packers defense.
Oh, wow.
You know, what strapped me there? I ain't no fool. I ain't no Brad Nortman.
Oh wow. But the thing is, now that they have the pieces, the Packers must win now. The Packers must win now. That's all I'm saying. And since they have the low budget of what you say, $20 million, got all these stars at a low rate.
All those stars for a low rate in comparison to a Justin Jefferson that's making $35 million. And the Green Bay Packers, undoubtedly, you expect them to be a better product on the football field than what the Minnesota Vikings are going to have.
So, Tori, I'm flexing today.
I see.
You know why I'm flexing?
Muscles.
Little muscles, very, very well stated. It's a big day It's a big day for the family, the Brust family in our lineage. During Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust at 3:00, there was a question: who is the third president of the United States? And I was like, John Adams was number 2, and it's Thomas Jefferson. I got the question right. And as we went through the answers, I was like, oh, by the way, at my grandpa's 91st birthday this week, and I found out that John Adams was in my family lineage.
What?
Yeah, and Kyle and Strofe were saying, why are you celebrating somebody who probably owns slaves like that in your family?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy that they did that?
Yeah, that's awful.
Would you be celebrating somebody from back then just in case?
Not in public.
Exactly.
And then they started shaming me, Strofe and Kyle, and then this happened.
What did you say? John Adams is your...
I don't know the relation, but I was at a family party.
Did John Adams own slaves?
According to Statista, of the U.S. first 12 presidents, the only 2 never to own slaves were John Adams.
Hell yeah!
That's why I like you.
That's what's up.
That's why I like you. Yeah. That's why we get along.
Look at your kinfolk. Look at your uncle. Tori, that's why I like you.
That's powerful right there.
You know what I love?
That's why I felt the energy.
You know what I love is anytime we as black people, all of a sudden we find out something good about somebody who may have had something bad in their past.
That's my boy right there.
That's why I mess with him like that.
Am I coming to the barbecue this year?
Oh, you coming to the barbecue and the family reunion.
Hell yeah.
You got all types. Look what one thing can do. Change your life.
I'm just glad I believed in my family even when I was nervous. I was like,
nervous.
Man, stop this jargon.
I can't believe y'all went all the way back to do the research.
Oh, well,
all he did was ask Siri on his phone and he played that.
Nervous.
I was so nervous. I was going to be like, oh no, they're going to say John Adams was, he had the most slaves of all the presidents. And then it was like, boom.
Betty, we keep forgetting, you're also related to John Quincy Adams.
His son,
who
was also
did
the president.
not own slaves.
They didn't believe in it.
Uncle John.
See, I'm going to stop calling you Ben Rush.
Hey!
I got to denounce the title now.
John is John.
Hey.
They help.
Hey, my middle name. John!
Oh, look at that.
Benjamin John! Named after John Adams.
You was named after your great family.
Yeah, it's not true, but yes, it's now true. it's after my dad and Uncle John.
Now you can come to Juneteenth.
Hey, July 4th, Juneteenth, I got it all.
Oh, look.
Hey.
Quick learner. Look at him. All right now.
He already fight for independence.
Brother Ben, I ain't gonna ask if he know what Juneteenth is.
We did a company video about that.
Oh.
Yes, I tuned in. It's I'm not going to ruin my status right now. What we're going to do right now.
Yeah. I think you need to quit while you're
No, I want to rewatch that back. I got to rewatch that back a little bit more.
Don't
closely.
fumble the ball at the goal.
Of course.
Don't get to the goal line and drop the ball.
Right now, I'm 2 hands and I'm hitting that pylon. I'm getting in.
Okay,
you getting in.
I ain't fumbling for a touchback. I'll tell you that much.
I got you.
Now here we go. How about this? Hey, ho ho. Tori Lowe Show from 1 to 4. Hey, ho ho. Tori Lowe Show from 1 to 4. Hey, ho ho. Tori Lowe Show from 1 to 4. Powerful, eh?
Hey, that's awesome. You don't have slavery in your lineage?
We found it out.
I was wondering why you was, one of the coolest guys I met.
Now, don't take it too far now.
Oh,
don't take it too far. Tori, I mean, that went fast. We had a lot of fun there. Anything else you want to get off your chest in the sports world here
like I
in KBN
said,
Nation?
Go, Pack, go.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that we going to run it all the way up to the Super Bowl.
Come on now.
And you're going to make a hell of a lot of money if we do.
Hey, pow!
Very powerful.
Pow!
Tory Low on a Tory Low Tuesday, presented by John Adams. We'll be back with more Kyle Brustman in the 414 hour. In the 414 hour at 4.
Look at that. That's a
on
new
KBN.
Man.
Pow!
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Backups continue on westbound 94 from the 25th Street area all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. On the eastbound side, we do have an accident off on the right shoulder at 68th Street. It is out of traffic. Just watch for that as you're coming by. Northbound 43, we did have some backups from Fond du Lac Avenue to Keith. Southbound side's heavy from Hampton down to about Keith. Northbound 41, an earlier accident at Watertown Plank Road has been cleared. Still seeing delays from that point all the way up to about Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Great Lakes Dragaway, a quarter-mile-long drag strip plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedules and ticket information at greatlakesdragaway.com. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Scattered showers and storms, a low of 65. Tomorrow, morning showers, then partly cloudy, then evening showers, a high of 78. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lajiga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I cannot imagine that there's any way that he missed the game because he's unhappy that the game was on turf. I think that's preposterous to me.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30.
I thought they looked great. I got to be honest, I think that's what I kind of expected from the Packers.
Presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Construction Business Group and Island Resort and Casino.
The Vollrath Company implemented a DocuWare content management solution from James Imaging Systems. Vollrath Director of Information Systems, John Sharp.
They've helped us upgrade from a previous version of our document management to automate our accounts payable processes, to store the invoices, to the three-way match, and really streamline those processes.
In addition to a DocuWare content management solution, the key to continued success is the James Imaging Systems Solutions Group.
And as an extension of our team, they've got intimate knowledge of why we've done some of the things that we do. And when we run into any issues, they're there to support us.
A DocuWare content management solution from the James Imaging Systems Solutions Group.
They know exactly where we are in our project cycle so that we've always got continuous improvement.
Content management and workflow automation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Don't put your life on hold to earn a degree. Lakeland University has a long history of making students' dreams come true. Since 1862, build a schedule that meets your needs with options for 7- and 12-week courses, evening classes, and the ability to join classes remotely. Lakeland University is Wisconsin's leader in evening and online education. They have a main campus in Sheboygan County and 6 centers throughout the whole state. Lakeland University. Affordable, quality, flexible. Find out your next steps at info.lakeland.edu.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at discount liquor.
Baseball and tailgating, 2 of Wisconsin's traditions, are back. Have you made a game plan? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. For over 60 years, we've been part of the starting lineup that makes your tailgate an experience. With over 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines, we're your pre-game headquarters. It's not a game without a tailgate, and it's not a tailgate without a stop at Discount Liquor, where we literally have everything you need to get back to your baseball traditions. So before you head to the ballpark, head to Discount Liquor. 2 area locations in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
Discount Liquor.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe. Hope Bradley Nortman's feeling better. Love the vibes today from all of us in the studio and you, KBN Nation.
You got a little more swagger on that faux one faux all of a sudden.
It won't last forever, I know.
Kyle, you notice that?
Yeah, learning you not own slaves, all of a sudden he thinks he's black. He's excited. Oh,
like I said, it's not going to last forever.
I got swag. No, you just didn't own slaves. You still are from the northern suburbs of Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I still know.
Country club boy.
I still know who I am, and that's a suburban guy. Just mowing the grass on a Sunday with the earbuds in, doing my yard work, making ends meet.
Nothing wrong with that.
Making means end. What is it?
Making ends meet.
What is it?
Making.
Well, that's what it means.
Yeah, making ends meet. Yeah,
you're financially making it work. Yeah,
doing my best, just like everyone else. 800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. But I do want to revisit this poll because the votes are coming in and the results are shocking to me. I did not have Jayden Reed as the leading option in this poll. Today's poll on Kyle Brust and Nortman, of these four Green Bay Packers wide receiver, and this comes from the conversation we had with Mark Tauscher, who joined us earlier on Kyle Brust and Nortman. If you missed any of our show, go to WisconsinOnDemand.com or catch us wherever you get your podcast. Talking about the Justin Jefferson deal, $35 million a year. The cap obviously went up, and you have four wide receivers that are young, and you're going to have to pay the piper eventually. You don't now, and you should enjoy that and see who develops and becomes more of the staple, right? Who's going to be the horses in the stable for Jordan Love? Of the four Packers wide receivers, who has the biggest potential to make $30 million a year? Kyle and I were in agreement. Romeo Doubs should be nowhere on this list of that money. Possession receiver, red zone target, reliable, but not that type money. Christian Watson. We've seen the flashes. 5-game sample size with Aaron Rodgers when he was healthy. He was unbelievable. Keyword, they're healthy. Saw a specialist. We'll see what he can bring this year in terms of games played and production. Jayden Reed, after one season, led the Packers in receptions, led the Packers in receiving yards, had 100, I believe, rushing, 41% of the vote. And then a sleepy one, after a good 8 games, due to the fact that Christian Watson was unavailable and the chance for Dontavian Wicks to step up and show what he was all about, a great route runner, 22% of the vote. I have a hard time with Jayden Reed making that kind of money. The durability aspect, like, he's a poor man's Deebo Samuel.
Hey, he's not poor man's anything. He is Jayden Reed.
He is Jayden Reed, and he's not a poor man's Deebo Samuel. He's it's a better word.
I mean, that's a great way to describe it.
All right. I was just trying. I was trying to hype him up a little bit.
But I mean, being a poor man's Deebo Samuel, especially what he did year one,
a little bit more playmaking down the field. Like, he can make a little bit more contested catches. We saw that. I think he had the most catches of any Packer, over 30+ yards.
I'm pretty sure he had the most catches of any Packer. End of sentence.
I know, but I'm also just throwing in from the comparison, he was able to make big plays down the field and make contested catches, something you don't see the San Francisco 49ers use Deebo for because they have Brandon Ayuk, and now I'm going too far away from the point here. 41%? Are you in that camp, Strofe?
I am indeed in that camp.
Oh, wow.
It's without a doubt Jayden Reed.
Floor's yours.
Yeah.
Well, first off, you point out durability issues. Jayden Reed played all 19 games last season.
He's a rookie. I'm just saying his size with how they're going to utilize him.
5'11", 175 or 185.
That's small.
Bulk up. Yeah, he's small, but he's only an inch shorter and 20 pounds lighter than Deebo Samuel.
Like my size.
Yeah, but he's also a hell of a lot faster than you at UW Whitewater.
A hell of a lot more athletic, too.
Well, why are you taking shots there? This is your time to tell you about the... Tell us.
I was taking a shot.
I didn't take a shot.
You said he's my size.
Yeah, I was saying he's my size. Like, dang, I'm so unathletic.
He's the Packers' best wide receiver. He's emerging as the Packers' best wide receiver in OTAs. I thought he proved himself last year. Kyle, you know from working with me on Green Bay Game Day, our Green Bay pregame show during the season last year, that I am fully on the Jayden Reed bandwagon, have been since the 2023 NFL Draft when they took him in the second round.
Yes, sir.
After he slaughtered Wisconsin's defense as a member of Michigan State.
That is what I do remember post-draft.
He threw and caught a touchdown in that game.
I just remember post-draft for the Green Bay Packers, Kyle Wallace being extremely ecstatic because we've gone through, even as we mentioned the guys' names on this 4 wide receivers, Christian Watson, SDSU. Romeo Dobbs, Nevada, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Wicks was blanking. Virginia. Yep. Right? Power 5, but not like, one of those super powerhouse known football schools. And then you had Jaden Reed. Now, Michigan State, they've had their good moments. They're a little bit on the downslope. But he made plays against the Badgers. And that is the first thing that you would say. You're like, finally a guy where I've seen production, because we've had a lot of guys drafted for potential. There was immediate production, and that showed in year one.
It absolutely did show. And I mean, to what you're saying is I think Strofe is in the same boat that a lot of people are, is because what we have seen lately, right? That is what people judge things are off of. What have you done for me lately? And when you look at Jaden Reed in year one, Strofe talked about it. He was available, right? So he played in all 19 games, even though he had some nicks and some bruises. But then on top of that, he had production. And I understand what you're saying, and I understand why the sentiment on Twitter X on the poll is saying that people believe that Jaden Reed will be a $30 million guy. But it's all about potential and how great somebody can be at their best. And all it takes is one season for Christian Watson to be healthy and one season of Christian Watson playing to his potential for him to all just quickly assume to be one of the great next wide receivers. The fact that is so much hype behind him, the fact that there's national stories being written about how he's getting his hamstring looked at UW-Madison. And on top of that, Stokes went to Madison as well for an issue to kind of get it figured out. But we're all focused on Christian Watson. Why? Because his potential is through the roof, which means his earning potential is also there. So it's no shot at Jaden Reed, but Christian Watson is a guy. Yeah. If Christian goes for 1,200 this year and 10 touchdowns, he going to get paid.
800-990-3776 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman discussing the 4 Green Bay Packers up-and-comers in the wide receiver position. Which do you believe has the biggest potential to make $30 million? Alex Strofe, our producer. Floor is yours again. Don't take a shot at Kyle.
I won't take a shot at Kyle. I'm actually going to compliment Kyle because I think he's right in terms of Christian Watson being the biggest game breaker available for the Green Bay Packers when he is healthy. He stretches the field unlike anybody else can in that room. However, I think Jaden Reed, to your guys' point from earlier, can do more things than anybody else in that room. Let's not forget he had over 100 yards rushing last year.
I said it.
In the regular season, over 900 yards total.
Might have had more if Matt LaFleur didn't run 8 end-arounds in one game with him.
He got really hooked on that.
He did.
Season last year. I forgot about that.
It was the only thing that was working.
Well, for a second, and then it stopped working.
Well, they unleashed the beast.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, absolutely. So no, I don't think any of these guys will be $30 million per receivers, but I think if anybody has the potential to be that, I think it is Jaden Reed, just because he can be a Swiss Army knife for your offense, and we'll see, right? Like, we're sitting here being like, yeah, he had a really, really good year last year. He had 800 yards, and Puka Nacua.
He had a rookie. He was a rookie.
Puka Nacua had 1,500 yards as a 5th-round pick for the Rams.
He wasn't on a playoff team.
I'm just saying he was 8th in yards.
Do the Rams make the playoffs?
They did make the
playoffs.
7th seed?
No, they were the 6th seed. We were the
Packers were 7th seed.
Yeah, they sucked and then they got good at the end of the season.
Stafford was healthy.
Well, yeah, and the thing was, now that we're playing a little history lesson, I think there was a debate of, did we want to see the Rams get the 7 seeds so the Packers would have to play the Lions?
We've had enough history lessons today.
That's probably true.
That was a good thing, though.
That is probably true. Now, I will call you out, Strofe. Actually, I won't, because we have a phone call, and I do like the caller here. What we didn't do with Tory Lowe on a Tory Lowe Tuesday was ask him the hardest "Are you smarter than Ben Brust?" question, which will be a Tuesday tradition moving forward, because Tory was stumped last week.
And he really was. Speaking of that, quick question: how did I do?
I thought you were great today, by the way.
Thank you. What did
Hey, Justin, the Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust grader of KBN Nation, please chime in 800-990-3776. Damian Lopez chimes sorry to put the full name out there, Damian. Damian 920 chimes in. What about playoff stats? Well, again, Dobbs was awesome in the Cowboys game. So
it was rough for Reed.
Yeah,
I think he's asking about Reed. It was a rough one. He only had 35 yards.
But regardless of that, right? Like Dobbs, that's what we're saying, is that Dobbs is a great receiver, but he just does not have the explosive playmaking ability where you believe he is going to be that $30 million guy. He's going to get paid, but not that much.
800-990-3776. Our guy Rigoberto in Milwaukee. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. You're up.
Dontavian Wicks, I can't remember, but wasn't he injured to begin his career? And
Yes,
he
he
obviously
was.
came on strong. I think he's a dark horse.
Dark horse to potentially make the $30 million in our conversation, or dark horse to lead the Packers in receiving this year?
Potentially lead the Packers in receiving this year, not $30 million.
That's fair. Appreciate the phone call. Again, Wicks is getting love on the poll. He's got a chance, but there's just too unknown there.
You know what's so interesting about Wicks versus Dobbs, right? Is you have a guy in Dobbs in his rookie season had a better year than Wicks had this year. And then last season, Wicks was very, very good, right? And, Dobbs was very, very good. And now we look at Wicks. Wicks didn't, he has potential, but everybody loves the potential of what could be versus what they do know. And that's the exact reason that is a negative for Romeo Dobbs, that he won't get paid the $30 million just because we already know what we're going to get from Romeo Dobbs. And again, it's no knock on Dobbs. It should just show you how good the team is. How many teams are having a conversation like, do you have 4 guys that could potentially make $20+ million on your roster? That is a great issue to have, a great problem to have. And that reminds me of the Green Bay Packers of the 2010-2011 season.
And there's a lot that goes into it. The offensive line protected Jordan Love just phenomenally in pass protection last year, and he delivered when time was given. And when there's time given in your life to schedule somebody to come in, make your home better, Kyle's going to tell you where to go.
Oh, absolutely. Right now is a perfect time in the summer. You had a lot of rain yesterday, right? You had to look outside your window. If your window had a little breeze coming in or air going out, I don't want you to do that whatsoever. I want you to look at your window and say, man, I love my windows, like I say, because the spring is here and it's only going to get hotter, and I don't want you to cool off the outside this year. I need you. I want you to call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. They have this super spacer technology, guys. It helps keep the edge of the glass warmer, but here's the thing. It holds the window sill longer, and the best thing about it, it makes your window last up to 5 times longer than other window systems, and it comes with a true lifetime warranty in as long as you own the home and 20 years to the next homeowner. It is fantastic. Call Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000 for your free in-home estimate today. And remember, for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. There is absolutely no limit, plus 0% financing for 36 months. Yes, 0% financing, 0 interest for 36 months. That is 3 years. Restrictions do apply. Tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. And listen, if you do call them, make sure you tell them I told you. $250 off your next project. Because for the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. I'm telling you, go to UWD.com. Great deals. They'll come out. They'll show you exactly what you need, and you will be a happy camper. So like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Our guy, Alex Strofe, is Mr. Irrelevant Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12:30 on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. But he becomes relevant in our next segment.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Backups continue along southbound 43. Pretty hefty delays, too, from before Hampton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive to about Keefe. The northbound side's got slowdowns out of the Marquette all the way to Keefe. Westbound 94 slowing out of the Marquette all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. And then on northbound 41, a little bit backed up from Watertown Plank Road all the way up towards Mayfair Road. Not horribly bad, but it's enough to be a little bit annoying. Traffic is brought to you by Bud Pavilion's free concert series Wednesday Night Live at State Fair Park. Gates open at 6. Live music with Cherry Pie starts at 7. Wednesday Night Live at the Bud Pavilion. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Scattered showers and storms, a low of 65. Tomorrow morning showers, then partly cloudy skies. Then evening showers, a high of 78. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Be greeted by an owner at America's largest employee-owned jewelry store.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
Lower prices. Those aren't words you hear too often these days. But at your local Milwaukee and Chicago area IKEA stores, they've rolled out new lower prices on hundreds of your favorite furniture and home furnishing options throughout the store, making it more affordable to give any room in your home a stylish makeover. Utilizing innovations in design, production, and packaging, we strive to cut costs and lower prices without compromising quality, passing those savings on to you. Visit your local IKEA stores to see what savings are coming next.
Get ready to go all in for cash battles at Potawatomi. This June, go head-to-head with your fellow club members for a chance at your share of $200,000 in cash. Play with your club card for entries. Hourly drawings on June 6th and 20th from 4 to 8 p.m. Each drawing, 2 winners split $20,000. Cash battles at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. It's the biggest cash bash of the summer. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. You hear me talk all the time about Bank 5-9 and their mission to make lives better. That mission extends beyond their customers and communities to their employees. Bank 5-9 was just honored again by Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 15 years in a row. They were named the #1 mid-sized employer in the region and earned special recognition for the company's overall direction. Want to learn more about working with my friends at Bank 5-9? Visit bank59.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
What do you get when you combine grilled-to-order deliciousness with only the finest Wisconsin cheeses? Cousin Sub's new Wisconsin cheese steaks, featuring either steak or chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, sautéed onions, and their new Cheddar Supreme cheese sauce. It's a match made in dairy heaven. And the decadence doesn't stop there. Pair your Wisconsin cheesesteak with their new Orange Dream Shake. All are available for a limited time only. Order in store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Song, Pitch Perfect, right?
Is it? I don't. Pitch Perfect.
Are you kidding me?
I have no idea. I've never seen that movie.
Oh man,
100%.
Oh,
Pitch Perfect.
I actually saw 1 and 2. Was there a 3 too?
There was a 3. I forget which one the Packers were in.
Wasn't that the original?
2. No.
It wasn't popular enough.
Yeah. They shot up into the world and then
I got the
Cup song.
Yeah, good stuff.
Anyways, speaking of, I can't even transition to this. I'll just tell you about it because it's great. As part of the drive towards more sustainable living, IKEA will buy back select IKEA furniture and give customers store credit. Furniture must be fully assembled with no missing parts, and it cannot be hacked or painted. IKEA family members, which I am, can go to IKEA.com and enter their furniture and condition details and get an estimated buyback value. Buyback items are placed in the as-is department to give them a second life at a great price for someone else to add to their home. This is one of those things that when I talk about it, I get nervous to talk about it. Why? Because the as-is area is so good that someone might come swoop in and might be the next thing that I want. But I gotta tell people because it's that great, right? It's that great. I'm not that selfish, but I'm letting you know. If I was really selfish, I wouldn't tell you because the as-is stuff is so dang good.
You know, I'm actually
you can't even tell.
I'm mad you were concussed when we went there to IKEA because you would have reminded me. Because when I was there, literally once we got done with the show, I went and bought stuff immediately after on the after we got done with the show. But I forgot.
You forgot the as-is?
I forgot the as-is.
You're not a fan of the rewards member, but you can sign up for free.
No,
you could have done it there.
I would have done it right away.
Oh man. Well, if you want to come with me on a little date, we can go to the as-is together.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Dates, huh?
Baby, I'll be bulletproof.
I'm adding this into the do not playlist.
Fair. I ruined it. But let's get better with becoming relevant with our guy Strokey.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Stroph's time to shine on KBN starts now.
You take this so serious, Stroph.
Well, I mean,
did you see? He hit the button, boom, and he leans back in his chair and he starts rubbing underneath his beard.
Oh, you know why?
He was so
No. You know why? He goes on stream.
I had to lean back and click the button.
He said click. He did it so smooth.
Click.
They're ready to go.
I think I got a pimple growing in right here, Kai. You want to come check it for me?
I don't do pimples because I was kind of blessed not to have them.
That's unfair.
I mean,
no, that's unfair.
You can come check it.
No, I'm not touching it. I don't.
You do have good skin.
I do have good skin. It is actually a part in our relationship where my girl doesn't have bad skin, but there's like a certain time of the month that sometimes her skin isn't the best.
A certain time of the month, huh?
And so
just randomly.
I don't know.
A random time.
Somebody ate the apple. We didn't, so I can't relate.
Stroph, you're
Is
up.
that an Adam and Eve reference?
It sure was.
I didn't see that coming today. John Adams, Adam and Eve.
A lot of Adams talk.
Adams. No Adams talk for me. I just have a question. Are we getting soft as a society?
I mean, you're Exhibit A.
I feel like I'm the only one with a backbone on this program.
Oh, somebody told you that yesterday, and now this is what it is. What happened? You got your chair back. What's wrong?
My chair is back. You're right. I'm not falling out of my seat today. Well, Reese Hoskins returning to Philly and getting a standing ovation for not really doing that much. Like, he had a nice season there, and that's about it. He's on the Brewers. Why are we cheering him? I don't get it. I feel like...
So anybody that leaves a team and comes...
Tellez, I feel like it's a good example. He's playing in the division now.
Oh, baloney.
He had a
Reese
nice
Hoskins
season.
is nowhere... Or Roddy Tellez is nowhere near the player that Reese Hoskins is.
But he's
about to get cut.
He's a cult
DFA.
hero. Oh, he's having a horrible year. But
He
he's
actually
pretty
had
solid in
4
Milwaukee.
ribbies in this... all 4 ribbies for the Pirates, I believe.
Good for him,
Oh, good.
finally.
A little comeback for Rowdy. But if Rowdy Tellez, when he returns to AmFam Field, I don't anticipate him getting a standing ovation.
He's not going to get anything. People are going to be like...
Would he?
Josh Hader would get booed.
Booed or cheer? Booed. He was straight up.
Indifferent. Well, it was indifferent. With everything that came out, maybe,
I don't get why we're cheering the enemy. I'm not a fan of it. It's just not my thing.
Who have the Brewers
The only
cheered?
people, like if they win you a title.
But who in Wisconsin?
I'm taking a shot at the Phillies.
definitely.
That's fine.
Prince Fielder would get cheered. Ricky Weeks, if he ever came back when he left, would have been cheered. If Ryan Braun left, he would get cheered. It's about where you go, right?
You think Carlos Gomez was cheered when he played for the Diamondbacks?
I'm sure he did get cheered when he came up. Go, like guys who were impactful.
Drew Holiday, I was at the game.
Cheered.
You think
He
that's
won a
soft?
championship. That's different. Reese
You're
Hoskins
moving the
did nothing but hit
goalposts
some
now.
home runs.
I know. I think you have to understand is when fans appreciate players that make an impact, players that have a personality, players that they like.
And embrace the community. There's
Exactly.
more to it than championships on a personal level from a cheering standpoint.
And now, if Reese Hoskins, and the situation is they kind of let him go, well, if it was a thing where he had an opportunity to re-sign with the Phillies or sign with the Atlanta Braves and he came back, I guarantee you he would get booed. Why? It's because he made a choice to go somewhere else. That's why Craig Counsell gets booed. It's not because Craig left him. It's Craig goes to
B.E.
the Mets.
Warrior, Luke Roy was cheered.
Yeah. Like, it's where Craig decided to go. That's what it has to do with. When you are contributing to a community, contributing to a team, we appreciate that.
Now, the overall question you ask is, are we getting soft? Yes, but your example here, no. I'm sad. Like, I am near tears. I'm near tears. I've always been soft. I was known as soft as Charmin.
Accurate statement. Yeah. All right, let's move on. JJ Redick being targeted as the Lakers head coach. According to, I always slaughter this name. Ben, you're friends with him, so help me out. Shams Charania. Nailed it?
Nailed it.
Of the Athletic says the Lakers are finalizing a deal with JJ Redick to become their new head coach. Now, 2 things on this. Number 1, him and LeBron James have a podcast. Please, for the love of God, continue that podcast. That would be very, very, very intriguing.
I mean, Doug Gottlieb's doing his radio show for the Green Bay Phoenix.
That Doug Gottlieb is laying the groundwork for
LeBron and JJ?
I think you could make that argument. Doug Gottlieb, the new head coach at Green Bay men's basketball. And secondly, please let him do the NBA Finals on ESPN. As the head
Because they
coach
won't
of
be in
Lakers.
it.
Well, no, he's part of the broadcast crew that's doing the finals.
I mean,
on ABC.
I don't see why not. I guess conflict of interest if he
Correct.
signs.
Yeah, and it sounds like he's going to before the finals start tomorrow. Those would be my two takes on this, but I love this hire for the Lakers. I think it's fascinating. I'm a huge JJ Redick fan.
You love the hire. Why? When did we love an NBA player trying to hire his friend, his podcast buddy, to be the coach?
I was going to say Steve Kerr went from broadcaster to world championship coach, but he wasn't a friend of Steph Curry.
They weren't having
Jason
a podcast.
Kidd's about to do it.
Jason Kidd did what?
He's about to win a championship.
Yeah,
he's not a friend of Luka Doncic.
This is
I don't care about
This is what his third or fourth team that he's coached.
I think JJ Redick is a brilliant basketball mind, and I think this is going to be a
just because you're a brilliant basketball mind doesn't mean you know how to coach.
Are you Exhibit A for that?
I've never attempted to coach, so we can't say that. No,
you'll coach your baby girl.
Nope, I won't. I refuse to.
Why?
Because childhood trauma.
Soft.
Wait.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
You want the story?
Well, you do realize you're your own individual.
I know, but based off how I went about my playing career and how crazy my family was and over the top too much, I just want to support, cheer, and if I can help in the car ride or in the driveway or if I'm asked to, I will always be of service.
No, I got to coach. Because I don't trust anybody else.
Damn you crazy.
No, I got to coach. I love coaching. I love helping the youth because it's bigger than how good you are. I mean, for my child, it's about how good you are. But everybody else,
you're going to neglect the other kids on the team.
No, I'm not going to, because I want us to be good, and I know my child is not going to be some superstar.
Kyle
that can carry
Jr.,
the team
KJ,
back.
come here. KJ, come here. What the hell was that? What the hell are you doing out there?
No. I was also coached by a coach who had 2 kids on the team in high school. Just too much conflict of interest. I hate it.
No, you need to coach.
Parents are crazy, and everyone loves their kids so much that they're blinded by everything other than their kids.
Nah, I can't wait because my kid sucks at sports.
You're Exhibit A.
I'm be
You're
disappointed.
proving my point.
No, be disappointed. I'm a realist. I told you, if my baby come out ugly, I'm gonna say, "Dang."
See, but you don't understand. Dang. You say that now, but until the baby comes out ugly, I'll be like, "Dang, it's ugly."
I am. I'm a realist. I am. If my kid sucks at sports, I'm a realist.
A baby coming out
You're
ugly.
Not a realist.
I am. I'm telling you,
he's the most emotional person when it comes to sports. He should not be coaching youth.
Realist. What are we doing here?
I'm telling you, I'm a realist.
No, you're not.
I'm telling you, I am a realist.
You might be telling us, but we're telling you ain't.
If anybody's listened to the show for more than 3.5 minutes, they know you're not a realist.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty real about the Green Bay Packers.
Play the Jordan Love clip if you got it handy.
But honestly, though, JJ Redick, this is a bad hire. I don't think it's a good hire whatsoever. You should not. This is because he's friends with LeBron James. It's not based off merit. It's based off relationship and partnerships. This is not a good idea because LeBron James already has too much control over that team. And listen to me, LeBron James ain't going to be there throughout the duration of that contract. They need to think about what the Lakers are going to be for the next 5 years, not the next 2 years or 1 year or 5 minutes.
All right, 2 quick ones. The 4th participant for the AmFam Championship Celebrity Foursome just announced. So the 4 participants now. PGA champion Andy North. Most Olympic gold medals of all time, Michael Phelps.
Ooh.
Former NFL quarterback Matt Ryan.
Oh. Hey.
And world champion Milwaukee Buck Pat Connaughton.
That's a group.
So those guys will tee off Saturday afternoon at University Ridge in Madison. So that's going to be thrilling. Fun
Even more
group
reason
there.
to buy tickets, amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
How classic is it that it's Connaughton?
He's probably the best golfer.
Why?
Don't do this to me.
Why?
I don't.
Because he golfs quite often.
Yeah?
He's a big golfer. He talks about it all
Or
the
he
time on
came
social
from an
media.
upbringing where he had the ability to play lots of golf?
Well, that I won't argue with. I don't know that for a fact.
Oh, wait a minute. Andy North, Matt Ryan probably came from wealth. Andy North is a great golfer. Who was the other person?
Well,
Michael Phelps.
Matt Ryan is an AmFam ambassador, so is Michael Phelps.
Oh, so you just
Pat
say
Connaughton?
And so we're choosing Pat Connaughton as a last second because, never mind. AmFam Championship will be there on Friday from 2 to 5. Strofe will be with us in person on Kyle's birthday. And he'll be doing a show on Saturday.
Don't forget about my half birthday.
And Strofe's half birthday.
Can we make Friday more about me?
Please do.
No, because I want to make Kyle uncomfortable.
Right. Last quick one. National Cheese Day. Make sure you celebrate appropriately. Thank you.
I'll put some cheddar on something.
Oh, I don't think y'all want me to celebrate because I wouldn't make it through tomorrow's show.
You
can't have cheese for dinner.
Are you lactose intolerant?
I'm not officially lactose intolerant, but if I eat too much of it, my stomach feels a certain way.
What about pizza?
No, it's different. It's literally boiled cheese, something like milk, boiled milk, like queso dip, right? Queso, where you add the cream and add all that stuff, it makes me go.
So
boom.
it's not cheese; it's all the other dairy products.
Cheese makes the stomach get tight. What's the spread? The spread that the pine thingy spread, delicious, but make my guts go.
I got you. We got a little more next before we get to the Homer Hour. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Pull my baby out the goal. Y'all, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby gonna get hit that many times with a puck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Alex Strofe is Mr. Irrelevant.
And they got a title, but I worry about what the future of this team is.
Tune into ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30 for Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
I do not touch TikTok at work.
I don't believe you at all.
Look at my screen time if you want to. You can look at my screen time if you want to. I'd happily send it to you.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30 on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screaming is about.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman here for Carbless, my go-to drink this summer. Handcrafted right here in Wisconsin, Carbless is a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila cocktail. Perfect for hanging out on the patio by the grill, chilling on the lake, or tailgating at the Brewers game. Plus, it's got 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. All summer, make sure you're following Carbless on Instagram at Drink Carbless for your chance to win a Summer Bliss prize package. Find Carbless online and at retailers near you. Carbless. Bliss is more.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Now, as far as Angel Reese is concerned, she's right. The Caitlin Clark v. Angel Reese is a big reason why a lot of people tuned into women's college basketball. We love rivalries in sports, and that was part of it. However, we cannot ignore the verses in there. It was Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Our interest in her is largely tied to Caitlin Clark and the battle between the two of them and how great they were on the basketball floor. So she's right in some part, but you also can't just gloss over the fact that there's this other great player that is tied to your popularity in a lot of ways.
Well, Smalls, why the hell is she fighting for her credit when it comes to this new interest in the WNBA? That's the part that I don't understand. It seems like all of the players in the league are fighting against this wave that is elevating the profile of the W. Who cares who gets the credit?
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with 0 copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
You're all pumped up to start a home remodeling project, but the day you plan to start...
And then the next day comes. You have a dentist appointment, one kid needs a ride to practice, your mom is stopping by.
Forget it. Your busy life is already hectic enough. You need Professional Construction, Inc.
Jen Latta always talks about how pleased she is with PCI's team.
And our expert team can remodel your kitchen, bathroom, basement, home additions, and more.
Commercial projects? No problem. We have you covered there as well.
Visit us at professionalconstructioninc.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The Princeton Club in New Berlin's been my home for fitness and a great place to walk in and feel the environment, feel the energy. with free childcare with your membership. I'm telling you, that is huge for parents like myself, like you. You can drop off your kid, get a workout in, and also, after the workout, they have a pool with a bar for you to enjoy. Bring the family, bring the friends, bring a guest, show them the Princeton Club of New Berlin because they have something for everyone. Cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin. They offer everything you need to find success in your health journey. So the Princeton Club, have the courage to go in there, get a tour, and you will join, and you will love it. Princeton Club, find yourself your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst spoke to the media talking about how both parties want the same thing, to get this done before training camp for sure. Well, he put a timeline out there. There's something to look at now. I mean, we all sort of, I think in our minds, we're thinking it's going to happen before training camp, or it should. Otherwise,
expectation.
You might have an upset Jordan Love, which I don't think Jordan or the Green Bay Packers want to get there. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofer on the show. And we also had a poll based off our conversation with Mark Tauscher. If you missed any of our show today on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee or WisconsinOnDemand.com, of the Packers' 4 wide receivers, which has the biggest potential to make $30 million a year, Jaden Reed still leading the way with that 5'10", 5'11", 175 frame, which I think is dangerous to say that he can get up to upwards of 30. My vote would be on Christian Watson with Romeo Doubs as a dark horse second.
30 million in a season?
Yeah.
None.
Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing, Homer?
Hi, Homer.
It's a bad thing.
Why is that a bad thing? I don't think it's a bad thing. But I want to know why you believe it's a bad thing.
Because you always want great players.
That's what Tausch said. He likes stars. He wants stars. He wanted to play with stars.
I prefer, I say Nico because Nico got like 24, 25. I prefer us to keep 2 of these guys at $22 million that we know can get us 1,000 yards in a season, 900 to 1,000 yards in a season, and be productive. The Green Bay Packers showed they can win with a whole bunch of young guys who don't know what they're doing yet. Just imagine when they get better.
Win what? What have they shown they can win?
They won a playoff game. They destroyed a team, and then they almost beat the San Francisco 49ers, who went on to compete in the Super Bowl. I mean, and that was in year 1. Jordan Love talked about the fact that now everybody's not learning the playbook. People already know the playbook. They can adjust at the line. Like, they're going to be better, and they're still young. I'd rather have guys at $22 million than have a guy at $35 million. But you can't
keep doing this. If you live in the same way of having 4 young guys and continue to get those guys, and then when you got to pay them, you don't want to pay them star money. Like, what, you just like get rid of all 4 and start over again and keep building up that same way?
Goody's philosophy, I'm telling you this right now.
It's a new philosophy. It hasn't been proven.
It worked to Goody, so Goody is going to look at this team, watch this defense turn over and get young in the next 3 seasons. Goody thinks that he can go young. He says the young man's game, that's going to be his philosophy. He's going to be trying to go young and try to recreate what he's done over the last couple drafts.
But the history is that when they've had great players, they've paid them.
Ain't pay them all.
Well, of course, but then that's what they'll have to decide, who the great ones are.
Who do you think the best of the 4 will be for the Packers?
Watson.
Watson.
Oh, you like Christian?
He calls Randy Watson.
He's going to deal with injuries, but
that's the biggest knock.
Speed is forever.
Is that true?
I don't think that's true.
I don't. Yeah.
You're usually pretty smart, but I don't know if I agree with that one.
You're pretty fast back in the day, weren't you?
Had to be.
A tennis player, you got to be agile.
Pathetically slow.
What are you now?
Worse than slow.
Speed is forever.
I ran the mile.
Speed is forever.
I ran the mile in a high school in the JV thing, and this gymnastics coach, who was almost an Olympian, he sees me and he goes, "True, you can finish."
You didn't even get a full time, but you got a full hour. Best hour of your life. Homer hour in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Backups continue along southbound